You click the button. People can hear my cat.
Hit the button.
My pussy is making noise.
Your pussy is purring.
Grab her by the pussy. Oh.
Grab her right by the pussy.
My pussy is making noise.
Your pussy is purring.
Grab her by the
I bet
pussy.
you have the YouTube link open, don't you?
Yeah, I do have the YouTube link open. I'm closing it. At least I know the sound quality is good.
Yeah.
All right. This cat will not leave me alone. It's molesting me.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live and in charge.
Motherfuckers. All right.
Charles in charge of our lives.
Just remember, you're going to anger the boy cat wherever he is.
He's right there.
All right. I think it's time that we actually record. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this. Many years in the making. And we are rolling tape, which means
Rolling.
that we are almost there. Say something witty.
Something witty.
That's not good enough for me.
Um,
What's your best Nicolas Cage quote?
Best Nicolas Cage quote? Wow, that's a good one. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Welcome to the Dead Air Horror and Genre Podcast.
Mr. Pop.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Dead Air Horror and Genre Podcast. I am Jeff Konopka, and tonight I am here literally sitting across the table from. I'm staring him dead in the soul, just looking at him. He's not wearing any clothes. That's not true. He's actually got an old man sweater on. His name is the one and only Mr. Jesse Bartell.
I came through the internets and I appeared here before you all. And by all, I mean Jeff, because it doesn't matter whether I'm here on the internet, because you guys can't see me anyway.
Can you tell that we've been drinking already? So yeah, tonight is a very special episode. We're going to be sitting down, shooting the shit like we usually do, talking about a bunch of stuff. And we are going to review the newest movie from Universal, Blumhouse, and Platinum Dunes.
Platinum Dunes Incorporated.
It's called Ouija, or Ouija.
Yeah, Orgasm of Evil.
Orgasm, that's the porno parody. So we're going to be talking about that. If you're just listening to this podcast for the first time, we generally get together once a week and we broadcast live out to the internet. And our format is basically we sit down, we shoot the shit, review a movie, and then we come back, talk about other movies that we watched, and have a bunch of random talk. And tonight, that's going to happen for sure. This is a late podcast. We're going to be podcasting late tonight because Jesse is visiting from out of town, and he's staying at my house this weekend, and we're doing stuff.
We went to Target.
We're going to make out later. There's going to be a lot of alcohol consumed tonight, so you can expect that if you're only here for the review, the stuff afterwards is probably going to get pretty dark. Or at least weird.
Let me tell you about my oral fixation.
Tell me about it, Jesse.
I don't really have one.
Yeah. So if you're just listening for the first time, welcome. And
Sorry.
Usually we're in different locations, but tonight we are here together.
Same state. Different
come together.
locations.
Yes, same state, different location, but now we are literally sitting in my dining room. So if you hear random noises going on this evening, it is going to be because my cats are roaming freely and they are doing everything that they can to get in the mix.
They're tiptoeing around the room.
So you might have my cats guest starring on tonight's podcast. But we're sitting in my dining room doing this here. So if you like what you hear anyway, you can find other episodes up at deadairpodcast.net. You can search us out on iTunes. Just do a search for Dead Air Podcast. We're also on Facebook. And I'm on Twitter at deadairjeff, and Jesse is at Destroy Superman. And you can send us email. Send us nudes. Send us death threats. Send us feedback. At feedback
You can
at deadairpodcast.net.
You can hack our emails
You can send dick pics.
for Harambe.
Dick pics for Harambe. That would be a thing. Still should have gotten that Harambe Halloween costume, but we'll get there. So it's an evening of firsts here. So welcome everybody to the shit show, because it's gonna get pretty ridiculous. It's different though, right?
It is different, but it's the same.
It's the different, but how is it the same?
Because I feel like I'm sort of doing the same thing. It's just that I can see you, but my experience of listening to you is the same.
My cat is climbing on top of the grain bags.
they're not having it today.
No, they really want to be involved with this. This is different. There's cats roaming around.
Hi,
it's like being in a fucking zoo here.
Meow meow.
Shit's out of control. But yeah, we actually went to the movie theater and saw Ouija 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Orgasm of Evil.
Orgasm of Evil.
We saw it tonight together. We were sitting next to each other. We had the whole row to ourselves too.
It was nice.
Because we got the reserved seats in the handicap
section. We had the mentally handicapped sections.
And I was literally sitting in a chair that was marked off for handicapped people.
But it's okay, because if they came by the bus load, we would have moved, but they didn't.
I wouldn't have moved.
I would have said that I was.
You can speak for yourself.
I was
comfortable.
I was your keeper.
We shared popcorn.
We did share popcorn and sodas.
It was like a date.
It was like a real date. I mean, it was very very classy. I felt like we were in The Notebook.
Yeah.
Except we were watching a classy movie. We were watching.
And I'm definitely not as good looking as Ryan Gosling. You are.
No, you were what's her name? I'm Ryan Gosling. You were You're
spacing Jesse.
What's her name?
Out with it.
Not Amy. I don't want to say Amy Adams. That's not who that was. Wow. Rachel McAdams. Rachel McAdams. You're Rachel McAdams.
Okay. Well, I guess that could be worse. She's attractive.
She's done well for herself.
She's also better looking than I am, but I will take that compliment. Thank you.
No problem. Anytime.
All right. So
what we're talking.
So what's coming up here? Announcements. This is usually where we tell people what's going to be happening. I don't even fucking know what's happening next week. We will be broadcasting something. I think right now we were talking about possibly reviewing Ty West's new movie, In a Valley of Violence, I think it's called. It's a Western starring Ethan Hawke and John Travolta.
Go figure.
And I think it's on VOD now, I believe. So if it's on VOD, we will probably be reviewing that next week for our show, because either that or I'm going to just be like, Jesse, you need to go see Medea Halloween.
Which we almost saw too.
We did almost see that, but then I was just like, it's going to take me like a good hour and a half or so to get this stuff set up, because I had to literally rip all of my podcasting stuff and all of my soundboard and computer and everything out of my basement and bring it upstairs and set up this fine, wonderful setup that we have sitting here in my dining room, looking like a bunch of weirdos, and me looking at a laptop, and Jesse's just sitting over there wearing an old man sweater and headphones.
It's comfy.
So, and I was like, I gotta take gotta take you to Target and show you Wegmans and all that stuff, and we gotta go around the town at least a little bit.
Yeah, we had to. I had to get a sense of location and where I was, and
get really confused every time he sees Chili on a sign and he calls it chili. He's like, why does it say chili liquor? I don't understand that.
Hey, chili liquor. Are they owned by Hispanics? I think that's what I said afterwards. You said no.
Yeah. You might need to point the mic a little bit more towards you.
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah. Nice and
there you go.
Yeah, olive oil.
So anyway. Yeah, we almost did see that, but I think next week we'll probably end up reviewing In a Valley of Violence, and after that it's going to be November, man, and then we'll probably.
It's my birthday.
Yeah,
November 3rd.
Happy birthday!
I'll be 28.
Happy birthday!
All right, R.I.P. me.
Is that voting day?
No, November 8th is voting day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Donald Trump's got me all confused. He keeps telling people it's all these different times.
I know.
He told somebody it was November 11th.
He's just,
11/11.
He's just trying to throw some red herrings out there. See what happens.
Maybe he's just a big fan of the Strider.
Big fan of the band.
R.I.P. Long Island Punk.
Oh yeah. Tell me what you want. No, I'm thinking of Zebra.
Zebra?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that's an animal, Jesse.
No, Zebra was they had one really good album.
One really good album.
Yeah. But they're at right around the time of like Twisted Sister and all that.
No, you don't. You honestly don't get much more Long Island than this, though, Jesse. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it here. It's a wonderful thing. So you don't get much more Long Island.
You're looking all over for yourself.
Yo.
You didn't even know your name. You left it somewhere on the shelf.
He's got that Long Island accent. Listen.
About everything you said while pulling daggers from my back. You forgot the stage dream that we had. Yeah, sleeping on a road back.
Anyway, old.
Who was that?
That's the Strider.
That's the Strider.
They had like 2 albums, and one of them was like they were just trying to like sound like Saves the Day type stuff.
Okay.
And then the other one got really weird, and they were just like weird pop music.
Huh.
You were probably a small youngin'.
Yeah.
That was probably like 1999, 2000.
Yeah.
Ish.
I was 12.
Yeah. You were youngin'.
I do like Saves the Day though.
Yes. Their old stuff was good. I don't like the.
I like the new stuff too.
No.
Okay.
No. I've agreed to disagree with you. We also have here with us 2 miniature bottles of Captain Morgan's Jack O'Blast pumpkin spiced
Oh,
rum.
it sounds gross when you say it out loud.
Dude, Jack O'Blast sounds like a porn.
Yeah. I'm gonna Jacko blast over this bitch's face.
So that will get drank later.
Jacko
Let me
Blast
see what
in your
else is
mouth.
coming up. So that's next week's show.
Oral Jacko blast.
There's gonna be more stuff, and then we'll probably do a bunch of Wes Craven stuff and other things during the winter season because we're almost done with the fucking year, man.
I know it's scary.
It's weird, right?
I gotta start putting together movies that I really like this year, which would have been.
Spoiler alert, Jesse, this movie
Witch.
is going at the top of your list.
The Witch in every one of the top 10 points.
But happening, other things that are happening though, in and about, and again, if you have events that you want us to list off here, you can send them to feedback@deadairpodcast.net, and I'll probably read it as long as it's not just like, hey, it's my birthday party, come hang out with me.
Well, it depends on how close it is to where I live.
That's true. If there's free booze, then we'll probably go.
Yeah, we'll be there.
But other things that are happening tomorrow night, which is, well, actually it's tonight because it's now midnight. So October 22nd over at the Little Theater in Rochester, they are showing a movie called The Greasy Strangler. And I guess the star of that movie is going to be in attendance for a Q&A. And that's being put on by Fright Rags and The Little, which is a good time. Jesse and I will both be there. And I guess they're also having an after party over at, I think it's like Skylark Lounge or something. I don't know. We might not be there though, because we don't like people sometimes.
They're
So
gross.
I guess it depends on what's going on, but it should be fun. So I suggest that people go there and check that out. And then next week, which is the 29th, they are showing a 35 millimeter double feature of Halloween and Halloween 2 back to back.
Nice.
So that's going to be a good time as well. So be sure to go and check that out, and then keep up with their Saturday Night Rewind series, which you can find their Facebook page and like them there. There's going to be a terror tweet in November. And Ben from Fright Rags and Joanna from Bloody Popcorn.
Scrabble, blah, blah, blah.
Scrabble. BloodyPopcorn.com. And we're going to be reviewing, or not reviewing, but we're going to be live tweeting Blood Rage, which is a very appropriate Thanksgiving themed horror movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You should see it. So I highly recommend that people pick that up. It's Arrow put out the limited edition Blu-ray that I heard is going out of print soon. Somebody said, I think Diabolic DVD said that it's going to be going out of print. So I would say people should check it out because it's going to be, it's a good movie. It's a fucking ridiculous movie, and it's going to be a fun time getting drunk and live tweeting that. I do not know the exact date yet, but it's going to be sometime in November before Thanksgiving. So most likely, I'm going to guess it would probably end up being the Friday before Thanksgiving, not the Friday after. So we'll see. Schedules are going to get difficult because of that.
It's going to get messy.
It's going to get messy like Jesse.
Messy.
So what's going on with you, man? How was your drive up here, Jesse? How did that all work out?
My drive up here was beautiful. A lot of foliage to look at. A lot of mountains to climb. A lot of rain to drive through. Barely any aggressive, annoying drivers. So that was really nice. It was a nice drive. I mean, I listened to some music. There was some alternative radio stations on the drive up, especially by where is it? Binghamton and like the college towns. So that was nice. So they had some Foo Fighters. They had some what's they had here? Some Pearl Jam. Airborne flow.
All the round like butterfly.
So that was pretty good. I'm listening to this audiobook which the movie is coming out. It's going to be a horror movie. I'm listening to the book right now. It's called The Girl with All the Gifts.
The Girl with All the Gifts.
Oh, The Girl with All the Gifts. It's just this.
The gifts.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of gifts. She has
she's a
every
Tumblr
copy.
girl.
She has every copy of the GIF.
Yeah, she's a Tumblr fangirl.
With Jason Bateman's The GIF.
And it's just it's a mirror. It's a hall of mirrors, and it's just her reflecting the movie, and then you watching the movie in several. No, so
it's just a lot of Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, a lot of Joel Edgerton looking creepy.
Lots of monkey stuff.
And
monkey mask.
And Harambe mask. And wanting to beat
Dicks up for Harambe!
Dicks up! But no, the book's really good. It's sort of like a post, like virus, or it's kind of like The Last of Us, where it's a fungal thing that attaches to the brain. But it starts in this research facility where these doctors are examining about 30 kids, and these 30 kids have the fungal thing, and they are
every time you say fungal thing,
fungal thing. What?
It's funny.
Oh, fungal thing.
Yeah.
And so they are trying to these kids will, like, if they smell like blood or anything, they'll go crazy, but yet they act like normal children. And they are trying to educate them. And so there's this horrible attack on the facility, and the one girl goes with the one doctor and this one military guy, and they're kind of roaming around the English countryside, avoiding roving packs of people called junkers, who are like these people who just like didn't want to get involved with the military and listen to the military, and they're kind of crazy. And then you have, they call them the Hungries. That's what they're called.
I'm hungry.
You hungry for that?
Yeah.
You hungry for that? Pizza?
You having some problems over there,
Yeah.
Jesse?
And anyways, the book's really good, and I'm excited for the movie. So
The Girl with All the Gifts.
yeah, GIFTS. I heard that actually the movie's supposed to be very good. So it was, I forget which festival it was at.
Was it directed by Tim Burton?
No, it's not right. Miss Peregrine's Home for Girl Gifts.
So I was going through my on this day on the Facebook, you know how it like looks back and it's like, hey, 5 years ago you did this. Now don't you feel embarrassed and or old?
Yeah.
And the other day it
you
came
thought
up,
that was yesterday.
and it was a post that I had put up where it was like I Googled Robert Downey Jr. goth, and it came back with like the top hit was a picture of Tim Burton. I was like, okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
So, and then I got to Rochester in my rental car.
How long did it take you all together?
I picked up my rental car. I was up at 6. I picked up my rental car at 8, and I got here at 4:05, something like that.
No sleep
till Brooklyn. Bah, bah.
You're gonna be tired as fuck in a little bit. By the end of this, you will rue the day that you got up at 6 a.m.
Huh?
Yeah, see?
Oh, sorry. But yeah, no, it was about an 8 hour. It took me about 8 hours. It would have taken me a lot less if the, traffic going around the city wasn't shit fucking terrible all the time. But it always is. It's always a problem. It's always my least favorite part of the journey. Just a small town girl
living in a lonely world. You're gonna make my cat angry. Look at him.
on the midnight.
He's just laying on the. There he goes. My cat's ears just went back, and he just like almost jumped to his feet. And now Jesse has both of my cats and the chinchilla like getting riled up. They're all on alert. I think you should not do that.
Okay, sorry, everyone. Yeah,
Jesus, that was fucking
they're
loud.
all just ready to fucking attack or run away. I'm not sure yet.
Well, anyway, that's good though.
No, but I got here. It was it's great. I met Jeff in person for the first time.
And we embraced.
And then
we fucked.
Then we but we used rubbers because we're safe.
It happened really quick. He didn't even get his stuff out of the car. We pretty much embraced, and then I just like threw him on the floor.
Yeah, it was like one of those old like 80s sex scenes.
I didn't bother closing the door.
Yeah, just let the neighbors see. He's not ashamed. We're not ashamed.
I'm really not ashamed.
Yeah. And
plus, my neighbors already know that I'm weird.
Yeah, and then I took the stuff out of my car.
Pretty much.
And then we went.
And then we went to see Ouija. Then I vacuumed the carpet.
Yeah.
Because my cats have made a mess. And then we went to see Ouija.
And then we did shopping. It was great.
We did. We went shopping, and we had the world's most wonderful gay cashier.
We did.
Target.
Was
Paul.
Paul? Yes, Paul.
Paul from Target.
Paul from Target, who's played with my Star Fox doll that I bought.
He's like, what?
He's like, what the hell is Star Fox?
What's a Star Fox?
What was a Star Fox?
Oh, you got a little travel companion.
Yeah, and I was like, well, and then Jeff and I were like talking about Falco and Slippy and all of that.
He was just playing with your Star Fox.
He was just playing with my Star Fox.
I was like, is he gonna ring that up, or is he just gonna sit there and
He's just gonna play
with
my Star Fox. If it made him more happy than it made me, then I don't know. Maybe I should just give it to him. But
be like, you know what? You can keep it.
Yeah, if it really, I see that smile on your face. And but now
he had like Bobby Brown hair too.
He did.
He had like that like afro that like goes up on the one side, and then the one part was like
blonde.
Was like bleached out a little bit, so it was like a dirty ass blonde.
That's
like,
right. It's my prerogative. And now I have a Star Fox plush doll.
Yep. Oh, it's laying on the floor in my bedroom for some reason.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I think it was from when you were chasing my cats.
Oh, Kiki.
Jesse likes to chase my cats, apparently.
I like chasing that pussy. You know what I mean? Just kidding. I'm in a serious relationship and tied down. I don't chase any more pussy anymore. Thank you very much.
Pussy chases him.
Yeah, that's right.
So, okay. Yeah, no, it's, I stayed up way too late last night. And then I woke up this morning at like 11 o'clock. And I was like, fuck, I was up drinking until like 4 a.m. And I was still a little bit drunk this morning. And then I went to the gym to try to not be drunk anymore.
But now you're hurting.
Now I'm tired. But that's all right, because I drank a Monster Energy drink, Ultra Black.
Whoa. Easy with that.
That's what it says. Look, it says ultra black.
Hey, what's
Jesse's just squinting everywhere because he took his glasses
What's
off.
up, monster?
He's like, I don't have to worry about running the soundboard. I can just sit here
Blind as a motherfucking bat.
and be blind as a bat.
Yep.
Not until you get that Jacko blast in your face. Then you're just fucked.
Jackoblast.com.
Oh my god. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. I like the fact that it's definitely fall now.
No,
I love
it's,
that.
Yeah, nice and chilly. Like got a little chill moving in.
I could do with a little bit less rain.
A little less rain, a little more sunshine and cooler days, and keep that orange foliage going on. And
But it feels sufficiently spooky outside right now.
yeah, today it feels kind of spooky.
And the only thing is, because I was wondering earlier, because I'll be honest, like this October or this Halloween season, I felt a little bit off, and I thought it was just me, but I've seen other people tweeting about it this year, saying that maybe they weren't like as much in the Halloween spirit this year. And I was kind of wondering why, and I was like, well, maybe it's because of the weather, because it stayed warm for so long, right? But then I think it was Chad or somebody tweeted out on Twitter that obviously it tweeted out that they were wondering if it was the election
Maybe
that was ruining Halloween for people, because usually our feeds are just filled with like all sorts of our friends talking about all this stuff that they're doing and movies that they're watching and Halloween stuff. And then honestly, like this year, it's just fucking Donald Trump's face everywhere. And it's kind of ruining Halloween in a way, I think.
Do you think we're going to be yearning for those yesteryears of the Obama years when Halloween was just always awesome?
When it was just like Barack Obama in a Halloween costume. I don't know, maybe.
Maybe that's, I mean, I could see that. I mean, they have.
This election is terrible, though.
This is a bad election, but they do show that during election years and seasons that people read less, that they buy less, that
because they're all on Facebook being angry.
well, they're all stuck like staring at their TVs, being scared out of their minds that the world's gonna end, and
They took our jobs.
they're the Mexicans.
They're trying to shut down the Second Amendment.
Fuck women. Trying to take my guns.
Took our jobs.
My freedoms. And
America.
none of that's really happening. Everything's fine. You still have your guns. You still have.
There's still gonna be way more guns than need to be around.
Yep.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. You still got. That you win every time with that. So don't worry. But yeah, I would see that like election season. Like I think no matter which side you're on or whatever, I think. I think it's stressful.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like preach. Like I'm not gonna get into the politics on here because that's just ridiculous.
Right, but I think it is true. I think the election can kind of irk the.
God damn it!
Yeah, fuck the election. No election.
I just want my spooky shit.
We just want to elect a dog for president. And
I want my cat to be president.
free hugs for.
Look at him. He's all regal.
Good job, Leroy. Looking regal as fuck.
He would be a good president, I
He
think.
would. And Church would be a good first lady.
Nah, I don't know.
Church would be a good Secretary of State.
He's looking at me like, what the fuck is he talking? Don't look at me, cat.
Yeah, don't look at me, pussy.
Look at it. Look at it.
You gonna stare at it or you gonna eat it?
I didn't take it out for air. Oh, did I mention that tonight's show is going to be vulgar? Vulgarity, and it's going to end in a complete and total and utter meltdown, I'm sure, because by the end of tonight I'm going to be sufficiently drunk, I'm sure,
and crying into the microphone.
Probably I'll just be crying about how much I hate my life because that's what happens around here. We don't talk about movies on this podcast. We mostly just talk about divorce and cats. Cats are a big topic now,
Yeah, there's
today.
a lot of cats.
And we talk about Lots of other things. My cat is just laying on the floor like a dog.
Kiki. Hi.
Jesse's getting him excited. All right, so anyway,
What?
yeah, I don't know, man. It's October and it feels weird, and
Well, like Rocktober
I just hope next year, if the world is still around
and still spinning.
and we have not destroyed it, that maybe Halloween will be a little bit better. But no, there's been some cool stuff. This is fun, and at least I'm looking forward to March. Going to Monster Mania. That Walter Bramley. See that Wilford Brimley. Jesse and I will be there, and hopefully Chad. So Chad was gonna be with us tonight, but he had a family emergency, and he had to go to Maryland. So I just want to get serious for 2 seconds and just say, send your thoughts out to Chad and his family if you're listening, because it's not a good situation, and I'm not gonna get into it because it's his personal business. You may or may not know, if you know Chad, what happened, but it's it's a sad thing, and I guess it just keep him in your thoughts, and if you pray or whatever, you can do that too.
But Chad's okay though.
I don't pray. Chad is all right,
Chad's
yes,
okay.
but it's a not so fun time, and him and his fiance are driving out to Maryland as we speak, and actually I think they just got there, and I was hoping to get him to call in. I was going to try to get him to call in, and we were going to harass him, but he had to go to bed, so because he's old man Chad.
Yeah,
but I don't blame him.
No,
because fuck the world when it's that situation.
Yeah, no.
And unfortunately, I think both Jesse and I have already been kind of in a similar situation within the past few months, and that's what really kind of bothers me about the whole thing. So anyway, we miss Chad, and hopefully he'll be there at Monster Mania with us. So
damn right.
We'll see. I guess, I don't know, on for a half hour. You want to talk about Ouija too?
Let's talk about Ouija too.
All right, so we're going to take a break for a few minutes. I'm going to go get a beer, and you guys can listen to some stuff, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk all about Ouija 2, Orgasm of Evil.
Never play alone. Never play in a graveyard. Always say goodbye.
You're listening to the Dead Air Horror and Genre Podcast.
Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
I'm getting another beer. You want one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Each sold separately.
Have no fear. Franklin, Steph, and Spangler are here. So are these ghosts. They got ectoplasm. We've been gooped. Now what? Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Let's show this pile of dessert who's boss. Activate Neutrona Blaster. We ain't afraid of them ghosts.
Peter Venkman, Ectoplasm, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and other figures each sold separately. Ghostbusters, new from Canada.
What is this place?
I brought you here to bury Alan's cat.
Daddy, is church all right?
Why, Judd?
I have my reasons.
I dreamed he got hit by a car and you and Mr. Crandall buried him in the pet cemetery.
What did we do tonight, Judd?
What we did, Lois, was a secret.
May the Lord bless you and keep you.
Has anyone ever buried a person up there?
May the Lord make his face to shine upon you.
You're thinking thoughts best not thought of.
Daddy's gonna do something really bad.
You're thinking of putting them up there. Don't deny the thought hadn't crossed your mind.
Come back to me, Gage. Come back to us.
Paramount Pictures presents Stephen King's
all-time best-selling tale of horror. Pet Cemetery.
Ouija, are you with me? Ouija, are you with me? Ouija, are you with me? Ouija, are you with me?
Dear Mr. Ouija, I want to know my future.
Well, I got a bloody murder. Come again.
Dear Mr. Ouija, I want to know my future.
Well, I got a bloody murder. Come again. Murder, murder, more murder, more 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 murder, murder, more murder, more murder, murder, more murder, more murder, murder, more murder, just murder, more murder, more murder, more murder, more murder, more murder.
Hey guys, this is Jeff here, and I want to tell you a way that you can help support our podcast. Because you see, we do this for free for you guys every week, and you know, we obviously have a lot of fun doing it, so that's good. But it's also costly and costs us money. So what you can do to help us out, because I know you all shop on Amazon already, is just head over to deadairpodcast.net when you're going to do your Amazon shopping and click the Amazon link that is on our front page. And that will take you to Amazon, and you can go and purchase away and do whatever you normally do on Amazon. Buy those butt plugs, buy those dildos, buy those I don't even want to know what else you guys buy on Amazon. But if you go there and you do your shopping through there, we will get a small percentage of it, and it'll help us to keep this show running. And we will have no idea who's buying anything or what they bought. I can see what they bought, but I don't know that it was you. So you don't have to worry when you're buying the weird cock ring, Jesse. I won't know that was you. So anyway, head over to deadairpodcast.net, use the Amazon link, and remember to do that anytime you got to shop through Amazon. So thanks, really appreciate it, and I guess it's time to get back to the show.
Spirit, can you hear me?
Talk to the dead. Ouija ranks alongside The Conjuring as one of the most terrifying thrillers in years. Ouija, Origin of Evil, rated PG-13.
So,
Ouija!
Let me just ask you a question here, Jesse.
Ouija is the third or fourth Mario brother.
Can I just ask you, though, like, is it Ouija, or Ouija? Because I swear...
I believe it's Ouija.
Because didn't they say specifically in the last movie, it's pronounced Ouija?
They did like a whole like semantics, like
yeah, exactly. Like I'm pretty sure that somebody lectured somebody else at some point and was like, "This is how you pronounce it," and then announcer dude didn't even get the memo.
Nope. He just shut up. He's like, I want to get paid, and I'm out.
So that was the TV spot. For Ouija 2 or Ouija Origin of Evil.
No 2 in the title.
Well, and it makes sense, right? Because they couldn't, because of what they did with it, because it's a prequel. So calling it part 2 and having it be a prequel would make it even more than a little bit odd.
It'd be very confusing.
Yeah, well, so we can discuss that because I think there's a lot to say about it, but I guess most notably, we reviewed the original Ouija on this podcast when it first came out. So you can find
2013.
Yeah, it's 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago. And you can find that episode out in the feed in iTunes, or it's not up on deadairpodcast.net because we didn't go back that far. That's only got like the last year's worth of episodes or so. But it is up in the iTunes feed or anywhere that you can get the podcast stream from. Stitcher is another one that has it. But anyway, you can listen to that. But I think it's safe to say that both of us thought that movie was complete garbage.
It was a bad movie.
And unless you were a teenage girl who was scared of flossing, that maybe that particular movie is probably not for you. So I guess safe to say that we heard they were doing a sequel, and we knew that they were gonna because it made a bunch of money.
This was like, untitled Blumhouse project.
Well, why would
for October?
But it's like we were just like, well, why? Why wouldn't they make White People the movie
Part 2?
Part 2. White Girls the movie is mostly what the first one was.
Because didn't the first one do okay?
No, it did really well. I think it made almost $100 million worldwide, and it was like on a $5 million budget. So we heard that this one was being made, and then they brought Mike Flanagan on, and I'm not sure. I got to look this up. I got to look this up and see if he actually wrote it as well. I know he directed it.
So this is Mike Flanagan of Absentia fame and Oculus and
Hush.
And Hush.
It's actually kind of interesting though, because he had that movie Before I Wake that Relativity, I think, was supposed to put out.
Right, and that got pushed?
It keeps getting pushed. It was supposed to come out a few years ago, but then it was supposed to come out like this year finally. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if it had come out, he would have had 3 movies that came out this year.
Good for him.
Because he would have had Hush and that and then this.
Hush was the better movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but that's, I don't know. Like I said, we'll get into that.
It's a better movie that wasn't released in the
He did write it, I guess. He wrote it with this dude, Jeff Howard, who I don't know what this guy. Oh, he also worked on Oculus and Before I Wake. So apparently this is kind of his partner, dude. So Mike Flanagan and Jeff Howard are down, and but it's got the fucking kid from E.T. in the movie.
Yep. Elliot shows up.
Henry Thomas is in there as a priest. And then you got somebody named Lulu Wilson. It's a real name. I wonder if she's related to Owen Wilson. It's your favorite person, right?
No, Luke Wilson's my favorite.
Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson comes into the bookstore.
Yo, here's the fucked up part. So this Lulu Wilson, she's also in Annabelle 2.
Oh my god. Which one is Lulu Wilson?
She's the little girl, the possessed girl.
Oh, with the hair I just wanted to cut
The hair
off.
that looks like a wig?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's hair in this movie looks like a wig.
Everybody's hair looked really unsettling.
Like really like nice, but so nice that it wasn't very nice. And Doug Jones is in this movie. He just shows up and he's like, yo, I'm a ghoul. Because that's what they call them in the credits, is ghouls instead of ghosts and shit.
Because Doug Jones is he's just a career ghoul.
He just shows up. He's just like, they're like, we need a fucking really tall, weird person to move
guy.
weird.
Lanky guy.
So why don't you come in and do that? So,
Let's call Doug up. Let's see what he's doing. Doug, what are you doing?
And then they got some girl from a bunch of the Twilight movies to come in and play the mother. So why don't you tell everybody what the plot of Ouija, Origin of Evil. What's it about, Jesse?
Well,
tell me about it. Like I don't know what this movie's about.
Sure. Well, so it starts in the 1950s ish.
I think it's the 60s. They didn't go to the moon in the 50s.
No, they did not. So 60s. It follows this family of a mother and 2 daughters who, and the mother is a widow.
1965 Los Angeles.
Okay. The mother is a widow, and she runs a fortune-telling, fake seance-y type business where she scams people into giving them money for pretending to talk to their dead loved ones. That is until they get a Ouija board in their house. The
best part of the movie though, Jesse, is why they get the Ouija board.
They get the Ouija board because the one girl is playing with the Ouija board at her friend's house
at a coffee party.
At a quote unquote coffee party, And then the daughter very sort of passive aggressively says to her mom, maybe we should get it for like year setup.
No, but I'm just gonna say right now, before we even get into opinions on the movie, the best part of the movie was the part where they're playing with the Ouija board at the other girl's house, and then that lady walks in.
Yeah, and then it's sort of like comic relief.
Yeah,
that's the best. That is the best scare in the whole movie.
It's not even a scare, but it was just hilarious.
It kind of sets a high bar for the rest of the movie, you know.
And then it just
kind of get but anyways. They get the widow and her 2 daughters get a Ouija board for a Ouija board for their house, and
it's gonna go on all night, isn't it?
Yeah, and the little girl Doris, right?
Yes.
Uses the board and sort of becomes a conduit for a entity within the house or several entities within the house, and basically her eyes roll up into the back of the head, and she goes.
There's a lot of mouth stuff.
A lot of mouth.
There's a lot of like.
Yeah, a lot of open mouths, a lot of things going into mouths. It's kind of.
At one point, there's mouth fisting.
Yep, it's to say I was slightly aroused would be an understatement.
I was sitting next to him, so you know where his hand was going.
Yeah, it was.
Jesse was like, "Oh, I thought that was the popcorn bag," and I'm like, "Sure, you did."
Yeah.
I'll just give you some. I'm gonna pop something.
I'm gonna.
He certainly made
shove
something.
Something in your mouth.
Right.
Okay, sorry. So the Deep Throat 2, the movie, and then this entity acts as if it is a good entity within the house, and it's not, and it goes on from there, and you find out more about what is in the house, what was in the house beforehand, and then it kind of ties into the first movie sort of lazily, and then that's it.
Well, I think that's the key here, though, right? Because this is a prequel. So part of the problem of this movie, and I'm just going to start out by saying this. I'm going to say that this is not a bad movie, but it's not a good movie either. In my opinion, I don't believe that Ouija Origin of Evil is a good movie. I feel like it's definitely much better than the first film.
Much better than the first one.
But it is inherently flawed in the fact that it is a prequel, and in the fact that everything that this movie relies on for a surprise factor, that it acts like is a big reveal, is already stuff that you know if you have seen the other movie. It's almost like it's pigeonholed and stuck in there to the point where they have to go to a specific place.
Like they have to go towards that bad movie they made.
Right. And that's kind of the problem, because you've already seen that, and the whole big twist on the first movie tells you everything that's going to happen at the end of this movie. And they have absolutely nothing else to bring to the table, because when they play this movie, they play it straight like you don't know that that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just becomes like, well, we're just inevitably waiting for when this thing is going to happen, and seeing like necessarily like how they get there. So it's got that problem going for it, and it's not a super long movie, but I was actually kind of surprised, because this is like one of those rare instances where this is sitting on Rotten Tomatoes currently at an 81% with critics. And the audience is sitting at 70. And usually with these movies, it's like the complete opposite of that. So I'm not sure exactly why this movie is getting so much critical love, because 81 is a pretty high score for something like this. I mean,
yeah, I mean, usually this is the type of thing that's, even as like watchable as it is, it's kind of thrown under the bus.
Just to put this into perspective for you, this movie currently has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than The Conjuring 2.
Wow.
Conjuring 2 is an 80. Now, this could change as the movie comes out.
Right.
But I mean, you know, there's, I don't know what, like 206 reviews on The Conjuring 2, and there's 73 on here. But but there's 73, like 59 of the reviews are positive and only 14 are negative. And I don't know, man. It's just I just, at the end of the day, it's just something weird about that, right? Like,
yeah, and the Conjuring too, such a superior.
It's a much better movie. Yeah. I mean, that fucking TV spot was like, this movie is way creepier than The Conjuring.
You're like, what?
And I'm like, that is absolutely not true. Because
all right, hold your horses, marketing.
Because The Conjuring 2 is much more like on a characterization level. I mean, this movie does some things okay. Like, I think the characters are pretty all right for the most part.
Yeah.
I feel like they're fleshed out. They're certainly better than, hey, random white teenagers. I like the period piece setting.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was interesting. And I think pretty much everybody does an okay job with the acting. It's the biggest problem with it is, I mean, besides the fact that we know where it's going, is more that it's just the scares that are in there. And it's not because they're just jump scares. Like, there's some stuff in there, but it's almost like funny.
Right.
Because I don't understand, like, most of the quote unquote scares involve that little girl like showing up somewhere making a face. Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, and then there's just so much other weird shit that's in here, like ghost homework, like ghosts doing homework.
Yeah, ghosts just doing like really banal shit.
Ghosts just being like, yo, you can't pay your mortgage. There's some like treasure
I got
in the
some
wall.
money.
Here's where you can find some money, and oh, here's this and here's that, and I mean, I get it does a competent job at getting to the point that it needs to get to, and it does a competent job at telling the story that it's telling. But I think the problem is that if you've already seen the first movie, there's no reason to tell this story. At the end of the day, that's the problem, right?
I think ultimately just watch this one and don't watch the first movie.
Yeah, like if you haven't seen the first Ouija, I think you could watch this and be like, you know what? That's an okay movie. Like that's okay. It's not a great movie, but it's okay. You know, and I think that could work, but I don't know. I mean, what's your take on this overall?
Well, I mean,
I'm doing all talking.
I think it started out with a lot of promise, and I was really liking. I was actually kind of, sort of interested to see this movie, and I think it starts.
Were you interested because of Mike Flanagan, or were you interested because of the initial like positive reaction? Or
no, I was interested because of Mike Flanagan, and I think I felt that the first trailer, I was kind of, when I saw it, I was kind of like, what, they made another Ouija movie? But then I saw it and I was like, that, you know what, it looks kind of okay. And, I think the movie starts with a lot of promise. And then by the time you get to the end of it, it just kind of unravels and then it doesn't deliver. And it's not, there's a lot of just dumb shit towards the end that kind of take away from the rest of the movie. But I thought the story was good to a point. I think, the characters had strong enough reasons to do what they had wanted to do. And it was good enough and better than it should have really been for a while. And then I think, in the last quarter of the movie, it kind of starts to feel too long and there's just too many people do it. What?
No, I'm just laughing because I'm looking at Box Office Mojo because I was trying to figure out how much this movie was made for.
Uh-huh.
And I'm laughing because on the charts, so for widest releases, so like most screens that something's come out on, this movie had the rank of 666.
Oh, damn.
The devil. But this was a $9 million movie.
Okay.
So
I
mean, I think for like $9 million, it looks good. There's some weird. Can we talk for a second about like what was going on with the cigarette burns in this movie?
Yeah, that was really strange that there was cigarette burns in this movie because, I mean,
like when it first comes on, first off, like I'm just gonna give it this, like you start to see it and they use the old Universal logo from the 80s. I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the one from the 80s and maybe the early 90s. It's not the whole dun, 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 my cat just went terrified. But they don't use that in here. Oh, they don't use that. They use the old like like one that you would see before like one of the Jaws movies, like from the 80s and probably the like the 70s and stuff. And it's like the world spinning and it like I noticed that at first and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool that they use that. And the weird thing that I saw when I was watching that logo come up was there was like some scratches and like hair stuff on it. Like you would see if you were watching like a movie that was shot on film that had some dirt on it from the transfer. And I was like, okay, well, they probably did that on purpose to try to make it nostalgic. And then they pulled up the cards and all the cards were set up at the beginning like it was a movie from the 70s, which was pretty interesting.
Yep, like the title card.
Yeah. And you had all that. And then when the movie was playing though, it looked pretty good, like as far as like the composition and stuff, but like it did look a little bit like filmic, but then it was really weird because you would start like before they would do where you would see a cigarette burn that was like, hey, you're gonna have to switch the reel. Like literally at those points and those timings, like there were these weird cigarette burn things that came up on there like you were watching a film. And I think they put that in there on purpose. Like either they put that in there digitally or they actually shot this and edited it on film and then transferred it to digital, which is, I don't know. I mean, what do you think that was? Do you think that was just like them like really just trying to make it look a little bit like an older movie?
Yeah, I think it was a gimmick just to make it look cool. Because I think if they were to put it on film first and then transfer it to digital, I think that would have cost them way too much money that they didn't have. That they wouldn't have, because film's so expensive. And I think that they wouldn't, if on a movie this small, they wouldn't waste $9 million to do that. So I think it was a gimmick, but it was really strange because when I saw the cigarette burns for the first time, I was like, did I just see cigarette burns in this movie?
Yeah, they were there for sure.
And they were there, and but they weren't like cigarette burns are like sort of an indicator when to start switching the reel, and then these weren't long enough or as many of them to give the projector enough time to know when that was. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was it's basically it was there so that they knew that there was going to be a transition
right
to the reels.
Right. But yeah, I'm not sure that gimmick. I'm not sure who the gimmick's for because it's
a really random thing to do.
Yeah, I don't really get it. I mean, it doesn't. It's probably one of those things that they put in there. I think it would be cool and it wouldn't bother anybody. But here we are talking about it like it's bothering us. So it
didn't bother me. Like, no, I'll be honest. Like I thought it was kind of neat.
It's just.
But it was just weird.
Very weird to see, and you're like, what?
Especially like if you know what those things are,
right?
And what they were for and everything, and you know, I mean, if you've seen Fight Club, I think most people are aware of them from Fight Club because I think they like went and explained it all.
When he like cuts it.
Well, because they did it in Fight Club. They inserted like cigarette burns.
Right.
On purpose. And they also inserted like still shots of dicks and like
during a kid's movie.
All the weird stuff. Like, well, no, even in Fight Club, there's literally like frames of dicks.
Oh, right.
Like, but yeah, I mean, they talked about it in the movie, but they did it because David Fincher and Chuck Palahniuk are just like
the coolest guys in the world.
So meta.
Yeah. They're so interesting.
But they are, though. I mean,
they are interesting.
It's a good movie.
Well,
Fight Club's a good
one of them's
movie.
still interesting.
Which one?
David Fincher.
Yeah, you don't think Chuck is? No.
He's not writing good books anymore.
He lost his cool.
He kind of did. Sorry.
I don't know how. I haven't read his most recent one, so. But anyway, it's a weird thing, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was strange. It was cool. And I think it's a cool movie, and I think if you have nothing to see and you want to just see a horror movie in theaters, this is not for October. It's not a bad way to do it or go about it. Because it's watchable and it's decent. I really think that the last 15 to 20 minutes or so is just kind of
goofy.
Yeah, it's just kind of goofy. It kind of gets off the rails, and
there is a stinger in this movie that I don't. It's like possibly the worst stinger ever. Like, I don't understand why it's there because it does absolutely nothing and it's not surprising. The only reason it would be like surprise. I don't know, and it's weird because I don't know like our audience. So we went at like 5 o'clock. It was like 5:10. And there wasn't a whole ton of people, but that's to be expected because you're on a Friday. Most people are just getting out of work, so the only other people who were there with us were people who don't have jobs, presumably. And there was like a group of teenagers, like maybe like a row or two up in front of us, and they seemed to be like reacting audibly to that stinger, which didn't make any sense to me because it was like it really was kind of pointless.
Well, it was a stinger for people who didn't figure it out yet.
Yeah, is that what it was? Was it there? It was just, you think it was just there? So it's like, well, just in case you're too stupid to realize.
That's exactly why I think it was there. I think it was like, just in case you didn't get it at all.
You got to be really fucking dumb to have seen that movie and see. Like, I saw that movie once 2 years ago. It's extremely forgettable. And I fucking knew that. Like, it wasn't, as soon as the little girls showed up and they said their names, I was like, oh, this one is that, and this is what the thing that happens, and the other, like, because it's like, as soon as they show up and you know that that's what this is, like, you know what's going to happen.
Right.
And that's the biggest issue with this goddamn movie is the fact that you know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back and revisit that movie and then watch this movie, you will be fucking bored for most of this movie. There's like some ridiculous stuff in there. And I think honestly, like there's nothing that's necessarily like cheesy, but I think it's just some of the things that they did to try to scare you were just so weird.
Yeah.
Because it mostly like involves things that like if you were to see a still image of it, it would be creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see it like animated and moving, because they do this weird like time shift thing. Because it's basically that little girl making faces.
Yeah.
And she's like twitching.
Uh-huh.
But they're not doing the thing, the Jacob's Ladder thing anymore. Like nobody's doing the like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Now she's just doing the and it's not scary because you just see her like wrapped around somebody, like going and whispering in their ear, weird, with her eyes rolled up in her head. And you're just like, that's supposed to be scary. Like I'm supposed to be scared that a little girl is gonna run up behind me with her eyes rolled up and smile at me.
You don't worry about that?
Because it's almost like she just looks like she crawled out of one of the Evil Dead movies. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, no.
She's making that face.
Yeah. I'll swallow your soul.
And then for some reason, there's a lot of mouth stuff in this movie.
Yeah.
Like there's just lots of like mouths opening really wide.
Speaking of mouth stuff, I watched Drag Me to Hell again.
Well, we can talk about that in a bit. Because we'll get to that. I'll wrap this up. But I mean, I don't know. It's weird. And I think I agree with you. Like I would say if you've never seen the original one, then go ahead and watch this. And I think you might like
watch this and then never ever watch the first movie.
Pretty much, except for the death by flossing scene is pretty funny.
You can just go on YouTube.
There's a couple interesting, like not in a good way, actually like more like laughable scenes in that first movie, but it's not a good movie at all. It's actually it's a pretty shit movie.
Yeah, it's just bad all around.
Yeah, it's just stupid. And this movie is at least trying.
You got to give him credit for taking a Hasbro
and I feel like
game.
for like a $6 to $9 million movie to be able to make it look mostly like the 60s, that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually when they do period pieces, it's pretty expensive, and I think they got a lot of that right, and I think they got some of the character stuff right, and I think at least the one girl is likable in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it is a little bit weird that she's wearing like some super tight pants, and at one point her pants are so tight that you can see she's wearing a thong. And that obviously
wasn't a thing.
No, not back then. So it's weird if you're arguing about like period piece, like
tell me about your period piece, girl.
Talking about girls' underwear. then
was that
whatever.
underwear historically accurate? That's what I want to know.
Granny panties, son.
All day.
It's probably what they were wearing back then. I don't know. I wasn't alive, so whatever. But I mean, it's got some stuff, all right, but it's definitely yeah. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, though, I would say if your choice was to like go to a Halloween party or watch this movie, I would go to the party.
No, yeah. I mean, I think that this would be fun to watch at home more than anything.
And this is not like Mike Flanagan's best movie, even so. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, I know. So there's some people out there that fucking love Mike Flanagan, and I mean, he's a nice enough guy from what I know. Like, I'm friends with him on Facebook, have been for a long time, since Absentia, because he was the one who sent me the screener that I had for that before it actually came out, because of one of my friends who works for one of the film festivals had been like, yo, you need to see this. And I was like, well, I can't. And he's like, well, talk to this dude because he made the movie. And so I've been on his Facebook for a while, and a nice guy from what I could tell. I mean, I've had very limited interaction with him, and I have had none in the last several years. He's kind of obviously gotten a higher profile since then. And he's getting work. I mean, right now he's working on Gerald's Game, which is one of those books by Stephen King that everybody's talked about making, but then everyone's always like
afraid to do it.
I don't know if you can do it because it's a tough one. I mean, it's a fucking woman who's like chained to a bed.
Yep.
For like most of the fucking book, right? Like, I mean, I don't remember the full book, but I remember she's in the fucking bed for a long time, and there's stuff about like she's like having an affair on her husband, right? And she goes and like meets the dude that's her lover at the cabin, and I think he has a heart attack while they're having sex.
Something like that.
And she's like handcuffed to the bed because they were being kinky and shit. And then I think she's just stuck there. And part of the thing was I believe there's one point where like a rabid animal comes in and like, and she's got to like deal with like having no water and like it's a, you know what I mean? It's like a whole thing. So I mean, it could make for an interesting movie. I don't know. Maybe he's the guy to do it because he's very about doing kind of semi-confined storytelling, but. Like if you really think about it, most of his stuff is very like low profile, low key, like single setting. I mean, he's capable. He's definitely a capable director, but I think probably his best film that I've seen so far is probably Hush, which I don't even necessarily think is like a great movie, but I think it's a good movie. I think that one is legitimately good. Oculus, I feel like, well, we had that discussion, but I don't think it's terrible. Like there's some people out there that really think it's awful, but I think that it just missed on a bunch of stuff. And I think it had potential that got missed. And I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. I haven't seen Before I Wake. I don't know. Who knows if we'll
I don't know
ever
what's
see it.
going on with that movie. I mean,
it's out on the fucking internet because it got pirated. Because of some, I don't know, somehow I think it came out in another country or something.
Right.
I really don't know, man. That company was, I thought the whole reason was because it was supposed to have been bankrupt, but that doesn't make any sense to me because then they've put out movies since then. So, and from what I understand, it's not a bad movie. So it's not, I mean, I've seen much worse than most of his stuff. Like I think at the end of the day, like he makes okay to good films. Maybe not amazing or great, but I don't know. I mean, I tell people check it out if you got nothing else to do, but that's all I got. You got anything else you want to say about this movie in particular to wrap things up? Or?
Not really. I just I think it had a lot of promise, and I think it does better than the first movie, and for a movie based on a board game, good for them to make it at least watchable, moderately interesting
for a sequel to a movie based on a board game.
And and definitely a step above a step above the first film. They tried to correct a lot of the issues they had with the first movie, so good on that. I think ultimately the downfall was the connection with the first movie. But
the first movie's so bad that it makes the second movie not good.
Yeah, because they had to follow in its footsteps. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that movie.
They literally had to, because they had to set up the trajectory for that movie. All right, so that's it. It sounds like maybe go watch this movie if you feel like it. But if you feel like you're not interested in it, then it's not going to probably wow you. So that's the official last final word on that, and probably the last that you'll be hearing about this movie from us this year, because it's not bad enough that we're gonna make fun of it. I don't think.
No, it's sort of like it's bad that it made me sad because I wanted it to be way better.
Yeah, so
but there is ghost juice.
Well, there is a lot of jokes. Like I guess I might be like laughing about ghost Jews and ghost treasure and ghost homework. Because literally at one point, this little girl, the ghost is doing her homework for her, and she's turning it in. And they're like, "What is this? Have you been helping your daughter with her homework?"
She
and
knows
like,
cursive now.
Yeah, and they're like, "I haven't done that. I didn't do that." And she's like, "My friend did it for me." This is ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, the slingshot thing was funny.
Yeah,
I could tell exactly. But that's the thing again, though. Like everything that they do in this movie, I know exactly where it's going. As soon as he pulled out the slingshot, I was like, he's either going to shoot that other kid in the face or he's going to shoot himself in the face.
Wish they would have shown him shooting himself in the face.
Yeah, then they fucking show it out. They don't put it on there. But the noise was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think that was a pretty realistic reaction from the kid like crying, and then everybody else runs over. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's if it's on your radar, then it's on your radar. Go see it. But if it's not, then I don't. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
All right, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna go get another beer, and then we're gonna come back and talk about stuff we've been watching, and we're gonna do these shots of Jacko Blast.
Jacko Blast.
Do we need to take bets on whether or not I throw up after drinking this? Pumpkin spiced rum from Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan, like, just looking at him, he looks like he's laughing at you because he knows you're gonna puke.
You poor bastard!
You bought my rum.
Look at me.
I am Captain Arnold.
I'm the captain now. Look at me. I'm the captain.
What happened to that guy?
They
were like, they nominated him for an Oscar, and then he's
he was in that movie I saw with Helen Mirren and like Ben Foster and stuff.
No, it's Ben Mendelsohn is the man, though, not Ben Foster. All right, fuck that. We're taking a break.
Ben Foster for life.
Taking a break, y'all. So don't go anywhere. Hang out, listen to some King Diamond and some other stuff, and then we will be back to talk shit about a lot of stuff. So hang out.
Halloween.
I've done it. It's dissected aliens, and it's gross. You take his insides out and put them back in. Too gross.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. He's a real slime bucket. Yuck! Dissected alien. Watch for time freaks and more gross creations so you too can be a mad scientist. Too gross.
In the world of Stephen King, nothing is ordinary. No one is innocent. And there is no escape from the nightmare in the core. Stephen King's Children of the Corn. From the author of Carrie, The Shining, The Dead Zone, and Christine. An adult nightmare. Stephen King's Children of the Corn.
Coming soon to a Canadian Odeon theater near you. Classification restricted adult.
Now they're coming!
Marshmallows, Frankenbed, and Count Chocula. Now all the monster cereals have bigger monster-sized marshmallows. Count Chocula has enormous chocolatey marshmallows. It's a delicious part of this nutritious breakfast. New monster marshmallows are here.
The monster marshmallows are here.
They're everywhere.
Whoa!
Yes! Predictable. I knew he was gonna bite it. How can you watch this shit over and over? Shh.
And now, back to the show.
And the most important question of the day
is
that Jesse was asking me during that break is why they made so many Children of the Corn movies.
Seriously.
They had a lot. Aren't they up to like, I don't know, they've probably got like fucking 10 of them almost.
Didn't they just come out with one like 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
I think so. I'm just like now looking at the chat room, and Paul Scott, our friend Paul Scott, our listener of the show, friend of the show, he put in the chat, Ken Bone Thugs and Harmony. And your boy Dan Spampanato also said Rochester don't know no zebra. And that's true. I don't know no fucking zebra.
Yeah.
I do not know zebra, but Ken Bone Thugs and Harmony
pretty good.
Makes me just wonder if there's a meme out there for it, because if there's not,
we got to make it.
There probably should be one.
Get out the internet, make us proud.
But to answer your question, Jesse, I have no fucking clue why they made so many fucking Children of the Corn movies. Like,
I mean, the first movie, I mean, it's not anything really special to me, at least. I mean, I don't know about you, but it's just like kind of like interesting. Linda Hamilton's running around.
Dude, there is Ken Bone Thugs and Harmony.
God damn it!
There's
the millennials have won.
Oh my God! There's a couple like things like it says Bone Thugs and Harmony say Ken Bone is quote unquote too freaky for their group. Bone Thugs and Harmony doesn't want Ken Bone in their group, and these are like legitimate, like from TMZ and like Complex and shit. That's weird, but what were you saying about Children of the Corn?
Like the first movie's not anything special. I mean, it's just kind of interesting as like
it's got like a few creepy parts.
Yeah, like Linda Hamilton's running around,
but it's really at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it was a short story,
right?
That got turned into a movie. And it like beyond that, like it doesn't really need to exist.
Right.
Like
10 movies exist.
Well, yeah, especially like.
But I'm just not. I don't know who thought like, well, we can keep making these movies and making money off of them.
I don't know.
Like it just seems like a weird property.
Then they remade it like a whole bunch of time later. They did a remake of the original for. Was it for like Sci-Fi or something?
I think so.
It's like, why are you gonna remake that? The only thing I remember from that, and forever when I think of Children of the Corn, I will just think of Eric from Bloody Good Horror, from their podcast, because he always, whenever somebody says something about Children of the Corn, he always goes, "Outlander, we have your woman." And it just always makes me giggle because I just think he's this little guy like you. And he's
Yeah.
just this little guy, like fucking sweater, like he's got a beard. You got kind of like a mustache going on.
Oh, this is my.
Is that your Ken Bone?
This is my Ken Bone style thing. I'm gonna start doing my hair. Like I've already started kind of putting my hair over. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna get a red.
Getting ready for that shit.
Yeah, for Halloween.
Are you?
No.
You should be Ken Bone for Halloween.
Do you know how many
probably
Ken,
be Ken Bone for
Do you know how many
Halloween.
Ken Bones there'll be for Halloween this year?
Do
Between
you
that and Harley Quinn, there'll be.
Dude, have you seen the Harley Quinn costumes? They're terrible.
Yeah, I could imagine.
They're like really bad. Like there was one of them that I think James Shagru posted it up, and it was a picture of a Harley Quinn costume, and he's like, looks accurate. And I looked at it, and it was like somebody fucking like mashed it up with like America, because it was like the colors in her hair were like red, white, and blue.
Uh-huh.
And like it was really fucking terrible. You should look it up. It looks nothing like Harley Quinn. And it's just like, I don't know if it was just a rip-off costume or what.
Probably.
But then there's like all those memes that were going around. It was like, this Halloween, bitches be like, yo, I'm Harley Quinn. And it had that fucking hatchet face girl. Who's just like ugly as fuck. And you're just like, you don't look like Harley. So there's probably going to be a bunch of that. I don't know, for some reason. And I don't even know why women are aspiring to be Harley Quinn anyway.
Yeah, no, that's like...
She's just a domestically abused, like...
codependent.
Yeah, like she represents like everything that women should not aspire to be.
Right.
Other than the fact that I guess she kind of does what she wants, but
then there's like other deep-seated like issues.
there's a dark side to it.
There's a dark side, man.
That's like saying that you want your parents to be murdered so that you can
Fuck 'em.
identify with Batman.
Or somebody would murder my parents so it could be like Batman.
Kevin Smith's Ouija 3.
Watch that.
I would watch it. He'd put his daughter in
It'd
it.
probably be better than Yoga Hosers.
I still think that movie's funny, man. Like it's stupid and completely awful, but like
Justin Long was great. I'll give him that.
So I watched an interview with Kevin Smith where his daughter was interviewing him and asking him who like his favorite actor to work with was, and he told her it was her, and he started like explaining like how working with her on Tusk it's like working with her on Tusk, like all this stuff about how he like realized that he just doesn't give a fuck about Hollywood and he just wants to do what he wants to do, and it makes sense. But then they both start crying, and you're just like, man, Kevin Smith is like the best. He may not make the best movies, but dude, I think he's like a super solid guy. Jesse, he's fucking smacking his head into the microphone now.
No, good for him. I'm so glad that he can do that. I think he's just make his movies and just put them in. He should be like Prince. Yeah.
You just don't want to see it, dude. I want to watch every one of them.
Like just make like home videos, and then when Kevin Smith's dead, we can just unlock the vault.
All right, so I'm clicking on this, and God, all help us all. This is Ken Bone Thugs and Harmony. I don't know what's
about energy policy. Ken?
What steps will your energy policy take to meet our energy needs, while at the same time remaining environmentally friendly?
Really? This is the best they could do?
Minimizing job loss for fossil power plant workers. Remaining friendly.
This is terrible. Willie Mammoth, you are a fail. You should never upload another YouTube video. Oh, speaking of, we did get an email.
Oh, wow. From Nigerian Prince.
No, it's not from Nigerian Prince, but it's pretty close. And now from now on, when I hear Nigerian Prince, I'm just going to think of like a Nigerian dressed up like Prince.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Wouldn't it? Nigerian Prince, like you got an email from Nigerian Prince, and it was like
strawberry beret.
It was like it was raspberry beret. I guess it would be like strawberry beret because they always have like the bad English and shit. And it's always like, hi, would you just give me your bank account and I will transfer my money into it. No, this is from Michael Kelly, who's Michael.M. Kelly500@gmail.com. I'm just giving you his address, and you'll understand when I read this. So the subject line says urgency of Fatima message. I know what that is. But then it says in all bold, it says, are we reading the Fatima messages correctly? The Holy Father will, ? Consecrate Russia and a certain peace will be granted? No matter of the bishops? Are we without a pope now? Is this the time of the prophesied end of times Vatican II counterfeit church? Is La Salette the key? Rome, having lost the faith and being the seat of the Antichrist, John Paul II, an invalid canonization of him. The true Catholic Church having been eclipsed, hardly anybody in the world now with true traditional Catholic faith. See youtube.com/MHFM1 for the issues relating to devotion of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Third, Secret of Fatima, the consecration of Russia, an overview of the entire post-Vatican II apostasy and the imminent end of the world. Also available in 7 other languages: Espanol, Francais, Portuguese, Italiano, Romana. Also available in Japanese and Russian. See MFHM1 for more details. So that's the email.
That sounds like an Alex Jones rant.
I don't know what the fuck any of that means,
but I think we should be scared.
But I'm not clicking on any of those links. I am not clicking. If you hover over them, they don't even go to YouTube. They go to
they go to weird creepy links.
They go to like some mail client defer redirect.
Oh man, stay away.
Not happening. Go into the trash, folks. So if you want to send us your own horrible
real mail
messages or real mail or forward us your spam, you can send it to feedback@deadairpodcast.net and we'll get it. So we're now into the meltdown portion of the show. So this is just going to be some bullshit anyway. We're going to talk about some movies we've been watching, but I think first there's one thing that needs to happen is these Jack-O-Blast shots need to be done. So we now have in front of us 2 miniature bottles of Captain Morgan's Jack-O-Blast pumpkin spiced rum. It says an intensely delicious shot.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
I'm getting more Coke.
Oh, you got to take it straight.
I'm not going to take it straight.
You can't mix it. You got to taste the pumpkin. Taste the spice. Hold on. You have to do it on the microphone. Okay, it doesn't work that way.
God damn it.
God damn it. Damn it. You have to at least you don't have to drink the whole thing in there. But
all right.
So wait, first off though, it comes in a little orange bottle.
In an orange bottle.
We did see the real bottle at the store and it's shaped like a pumpkin.
And I got nauseous looking at the real bottle.
And I thought about buying it just to try it. And then I was like, I can't justify spending $17 on this because it's just not worth it to make myself want to vomit. And then when we were in line and Jesse was buying his Sailor Jerry rum in a gift pack that came with a free poster, which he's probably going to frame and display.
It's going to be nice in the apartment.
And it's going to look, and I'm sure Gabrielle will be very happy about that. I saw the little miniature, like 99-cent bottles, and even the girl behind the counter was like, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy these, and I bought. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, well, you have it over there. And she's like, yeah, you don't want to commit to that. And I was like,
no way.
I do not want to commit to that fucking pumpkin bottle.
No, that
like,
seasickness I can just see over there.
Yeah, I mean, Captain Morgan in general is pretty like nausea-inducing for me. I don't know, man. The captain he looks like he's laughing at you because you're going to throw up. Like he's just like, I know you're going to make poor choices tonight, my friend. Toast. So anyway, it's in these little like fucking orange bottles and it's called Jack-O-Blast. And the fucking O looks like a pumpkin with a dynamite wick coming out of it. And that's a tiny can, and either that or Captain Morgan is a huge giant. So this is 30% alcohol by volume. Did you drink it?
No, I
You spilled?
I slammed it down.
You're getting sloppy already, Jesse. So anyway, okay. So
All right.
cheers. Here's to
podcasting.
Podcasting.
And shitty alcohol.
And if I throw up on this microphone, you'll hear it. So we're about to do this. So just give us 2 seconds here. Oh my God. That's not too bad.
I'm going to put in Coke.
I drank the whole thing.
You drank the whole thing?
Yeah. It's actually not too bad.
It's sweet.
But if it's really sweet, like, there's like a lot of cinnamon in this. Like, I feel like somebody just like jizzed cinnamon all over my face. But I feel like if you were to get drunk off of this, you would probably be vomiting for the entire next day, and everything would just taste like gingerbread.
Be gingerbread puke for days.
Because that's almost what it tastes like, is like gingerbread. I don't know. Like, this might be all right to put a shot of this in a pumpkin beer.
Yeah, I think it'd be. Where's my headphones? Where are my headphones at?
Yeah, you should probably put your headphones on so you can hear what's going on.
I think it would be like a good little party favor.
Yeah, if you're having like a party, or you just need to sneak booze into the movie theater with you.
I've done that.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, these are.
We're gonna have to do that tomorrow because we're going to the Little.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're gonna have beer there. But if you're gonna watch a movie called The Greasy Strangler, you gotta
buy a couple of these.
And apparently that movie's NC-17.
Really?
Yes. So they made a strict post. They were like, nobody under 17 is allowed in the movie.
That's interesting. So that'd be like probably the first and probably one of my only NC-17 films.
Well, and you're gonna see it in a movie theater.
That's kind of cool.
Ben Scrivens is gonna be there.
And Ben Scrivens is going to be up there. He's going to be all nice. But hey, guys, great you came out here today.
He will.
Yeah, we're going to be watching a very vulgar movie today. And I just
want to apologize for anything.
For anything that's going to come to this, going to offend you.
Nah.
But it's really great. And, we have some t-shirts here if you want to buy some t-shirts. And,
no, he's not going to. He doesn't do that. Actually, he doesn't even hawk his own shit.
Do they sell t-shirts there?
Yeah, they're not going to have like all of them. Like, so the other screenings that they've been doing, usually they have a special t-shirt. They'll do like a Midnight Madness shirt for that movie. Like they did Beetlejuice last week and they had that Beetlejuice shirt, and they'll sell the shirt at the thing. So they have them there and you can buy them. I don't know if they're going to have a shirt for this one. Fucking Greasy
Strangler t-shirt.
Now they got a Trick or Treat one that they just recently put up. It looked pretty cool. But, my thing is always with their shirts though is always like, so I live literally in the same city as them.
Just Fright Racks.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, it sucks because I don't want to pay shipping because like I could just go over there and go get this from them.
Just drive.
And sometimes I'm just like, I just want to email or message Ben and be like, yo, can I just come over and buy this shirt from you because it'll save me like $5 in shipping.
You probably could do that.
No, I know I can, but it's just I feel weird about it.
Oh,
social anxiety stuff.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I guess, and it's like a whole thing. You get there, and you're like, "I'm here to pick up my t-shirts that I bought that I wanted."
Yeah. But no, they literally used to be right up the road because they were right up by the movie theater. Actually, not too far from there. They had a building, an office building that was up there, and that was several years ago. But yeah, I can still taste that shit.
Like just. Everything smells like cinnamon.
I feel like I ate a whole bunch of like pumpkin spice cookies and then threw up, and then this is the aftertaste in my mouth. Is the aftertaste of vomit and pumpkin spice. Oh, oh fuck! You didn't even finish your beer, Jesse.
I didn't. No, I'm sorry.
Why don't you finish in that Stone Delicious IPA, Jesse?
I can do this one swig.
Do it. Oh, he did it. Hands up. I warned you people that this was going to get awful. And yeah. So, okay, let's movies, right? That's what we usually talk about now, what we've been watching.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got to pull up my list because I'm fucking lazy and I can't remember anything. So, hold on. Alan Dorich saw Ouija. Do you know Alan?
I do. Well, on Twitter.
What Alan watches? And shout out to Alan. He was apparently happy that we mentioned him on the Yoga Hosers episode.
Aw.
So I'm going to read his review.
All right.
Because I'm just on here. And he gave it 3.5 stars.
Okay.
I probably would have given it 3.
Yeah.
That's probably where I would be on this. I did not log it yet. But he says, watched October 21st. Says, the original Ouija was no classic. In fact, I declined to give it any stars at all. But I don't think it's hyperbole to say that 1 minute of Ouija Origin of Evil possesses more soul and entertainment value than its predecessor. Okay. I'm with that. Says, under the solid direction of Mike Flanagan, it's an impressive little throwback that takes place before the original in 1967. So IMDb's wrong, maybe. It says, where a fake psychic accidentally awakens spirits in her house that take over the body of her youngest daughter, Doris, which leads to some good, twisted fun. Flanagan shows much more care, too, than the previous film's director. Okay, I'm with that. Filling the movie with great compositions and having fun with the retro feel, complete with the old Universal logo and cigarette burns in the movie. So he noticed it, too.
All right, so we're not crazy.
No, we're not. Like, he got that, too. It says he also lets the horror slowly build and allows some wonderful humor to enter as well before the grim finale where lives will be lost and others will be ruined. Can he start taking over other failed horror franchises? I'd like to see what he could do with them. Oh, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he might have enjoyed it a little bit more than me. But I'm glad to at least get some like
validation.
Validation, yeah, that's the word. Like, can't even think right now because I'm like going on like 6 hours of sleep and lots of alcohol and a hangover. But the Universal logo and the cigarette burns, just the fact that he called that out, like, that's pretty cool. So, all right, I think that's valid.
That's a
valid criticism.
That's a valid criticism. That's a
review. Not even criticism.
Not even.
But okay, cool. Anyway, what'd you see, man? Do you want to talk about? You've been watching lots of movies with Gabby, right?
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of horror movies. She's actually watched more horror movies than me this month because I went to Baltimore last weekend for a bookseller conference. And while I was away, she was watching horror movies. While I am here right now podcasting, she's watching horror movies. And I think I've created a monster.
Do you think she's going to keep watching horror movies?
I would like to, yes. We'll see how it goes. I know she's more prone now to watch them in October.
But that's the gateway.
That's the gateway drug.
It's an important thing.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that this will spread. But she has shown real fervor and she's shown real enthusiasm for horror movies that I haven't really seen in her before. And she's learning to appreciate them, which I find that's cool when you see that in your partner. So,
especially, does it turn you on?
Intellectually, yes.
Sexually.
I mean,
you have to stay tuned after this segment for the Making Jesse. I'm going to play a clip from a porno, and Jesse has to.
I dropped my phone.
Jesse has to,
I got excited.
Jesse has to guess what is happening in the
porn clip. That porno!
And that is going to happen, inspired by actual events earlier tonight.
But like when I was away last week and I said, watch Honeymoon. She watched Honeymoon and she loved it. She watched Hush. She loved that.
AKA wildling sex.
Yeah, that wildling sex though with them
Honeymoon.
Them aliens. But
was probably one of the better like alien abduction.
Yeah,
type movies.
And really gross movie.
Dude, there's lots of like hands down pants in that movie.
Yeah, a lot of things coming out of vaginas. A lot of
pussy grabbing.
Yeah, a lot of Donald Trumpisms. A lot of grabbing of pussies.
Trump's favorite movie.
Yeah,
it's grabbing those pussies, juggling them around. He's so gross too.
He is gross. So what did we watch? Well, we watched when I got back, we watched Drag Me to Hell together, which is Drag Me to Hell is one of my favorite
Favorite.
A
More favorite.
horror movies of the
One of my most favorite.
It's the goodest horror movie.
The goodest.
The last 5 years.
R.I.P. the rest of this podcast.
4.
Jesse, there are still people listening to us.
God damn it.
We have listeners live right now.
All 2 of them.
At 1:30 in the fucking morning. It literally says 2. We have literally 2 people listening to us at 1:30 in the morning.
Well, that's fine. That's good for that. Okay, Drag Me to Hell.
Shit show.
Still a good movie.
R.I.P. We should do this every week.
She was very disgusted. She found it. Actually, she found Drag Me to Hell the most upsetting film we've watched yet, which I found very strange. Because I said to her, it's supposed to be funny. But then,
it is, dude. But it's still
gross.
Dude, for a PG-13 fucking movie,
right?
It's nasty.
It's really nasty.
Like, that movie is grosser than so many other R-rated movies. It's fucking people just vomiting on people's faces.
Bugs coming out of them, yeah.
And that fucking, like, weird goat thing.
Yeah, you bitch.
Yeah, dude, that movie is fucking brutal. Like,
and it's mean, and
I love it.
Yeah, no,
I love every minute of that movie.
It's very much a Sam Raimi movie, but
that's what you get for fucking around with fucking Hungarian fucking gypsies
yeah.
and shit.
But she was actually like,
my people. My people.
She was she was actually legitimately scared of Lamia.
That fucking, yeah, dude.
She was like, which I didn't get. Like, I thought it was just funny, but she was like visibly upset by it, which was great. We also, and what led to Drag Me to Hell is we watched Evil Dead the day before, the remake of Evil Dead, which she ended up really liking, and I still really like that movie. And anybody who hates that movie, I don't understand why. It is a good movie.
Well, they're like, well, it missed the whole point. It wasn't funny.
But it doesn't.
I'm like, dude, the fucking original Evil Dead wasn't supposed to be funny.
And if that movie tried to be funny, then it would be saying that.
If you want more of that shit, then go watch Ash versus Evil Dead.
Right? Or yeah,
which we're gonna talk about too.
Sweet.
In a bit, because I've been watching.
But
buttholes.
Evil Dead is that movie. If it had nothing to do with Sam Raimi, it's still a good story about like addiction and like withdrawal and all that stuff. But that movie gets crazy, like, dude, so crazy.
That fucking turkey carver shit.
Yeah.
Fucking arm, like, that's nasty.
And at the end when it's just raining blood, and she's got to rip her arm out from under the car.
They didn't. Oh no! Somebody put a video up on it, and they put that scene to Raining Blood
to Slayer. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like literally like there's like so much blood at the end of that movie.
No, that movie has so much blood in it, and the people, like the licking of the razor blades and the girl
even
cutting her mouth
the girl,
glass.
like, who's in like the fucking basement is way creepier than the fucking.
Yeah. It's that's a good movie.
We're gonna get
another
piece. Time to go to sleep. It's like Miss Smeagol doing it. Like, I fucking scared the shit out of my kid not that long ago because I was like fucking around with him and I was just like, we're gonna get you. And I showed him a fucking clip of the fucking thing from the original Evil Dead. He was like, no. And he ran off. And I was like, oh shit, I think I just scarred that kid. Parent of the Year award.
Bum bum bum.
Boom, boom,
boom. And the last movie that I watched this week was a movie called Crimson Peak.
It was called Bitches in Bikinis.
More like
7.
More like Crimson Week, am I right?
Oh. It's not that good. It's all right. Like, it's style over substance.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's like, yeah.
This is the part where he's more like Guillermo del Tarded.
And
Guillermo del Taco.
And it's
Am I right, guys?
And it's like a movie I watch and I get sad because I was like, Del Toro had such a vision.
He used to be so promising.
Yeah, well, he still has that vision.
Oh my god, fucking Paul Scott.
What do you say?
He posted up a fucking Ken Bone Thugs in Harmony fucking picture to my Facebook account.
Oh god damn it.
I'm sharing it.
Internet.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
Dude.
Crimson Peak though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty movie. With incestuous sex going on.
It's got Tom Hiddleston in it, so you know there's gonna be incest going on somewhere.
It was a good. It was like a good mystery for a while, and then it kind of like it doesn't deliver on any of the weirdness that it starts with. And the whole red clay thing I thought was weird the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, the fucking red stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's crimson.
Yeah.
Crimson Peak. Crimson.
I don't know why her mother told her to beware of Crimson Peak. Exactly.
Because vagina blood.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I guess it's some sort of euphemism.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Get out of my house.
You're shifting.
And then I saw Ouija.
That Ouija though.
Ouija
That Mike Flanagan. Mike Flannel again.
But that was it.
Flannel again.
What'd you watch?
What did I watch? Let me see. I watched a bunch. So, well, you were talking about Evil Dead, so let's talk for a second about Ash versus Evil Dead.
Okay. Go ahead.
Have you watched it at all?
I have not watched it.
Any of it?
None of it.
You're not? Okay. So, my thing is for everybody who wanted continuation of that movie series, basically you have it on like a yearly basis now at this point, because that show is kind of just picks up where like Army of Darkness left off, and it's pretty fun. And at first it was like, okay, I mean, so they're not afraid to throw fuck bombs in there and do that. It's definitely like a hard you know, I don't know, mature or whatever the fuck they call it on TV rating. So
TVMA.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much.
The Stars put it out, right?
Yeah. And there's, you know, there's a bunch of stuff that's in there. There's boobs and things like that. And
go on.
Jesse just got comfortable. He's like, I'm just gonna put my hand down here. And
talk to me real slowly about these boobs being shown with these deadites.
I heard there was a scene where there was a naked woman.
Naked deadites.
And her tits were out.
Uh-huh.
And then there was vagina hair.
Were the nipples puffy?
No, they were small and proportional. Can't take pancakes. Sorry. Pancake nipples are a whole turn off for me.
Oh yeah.
If I take the shirt off and there's pancake nipples, I just can't do it anymore. I'm like, you might as well just put your shirt on and go back home because we're done here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Them pancake nipples though.
Meltdown.
I'm gonna just send you pictures of pancake nipples.
Do not send me pictures of fucking pancake nipples. I don't want pancake nipples. I can't even talk. No, but the first season was like, it was like pretty good. Like there's some weird shit that's in there. It's a little bit odd because Bruce Campbell is being Ash, but it's like he's even more ashy, if you know what I mean. Like he's
Ashy Larry.
Like what was that, Amazing Larry? Just something you want to share with the group? Amazing Larry.
Ashy
Larry, Amazing Larry. I went from ashy to classy. Y'all bitches is nasty. No, but it's like it's more of a, so if you think about like the way he was in like Army of Darkness, right?
Uh-huh.
Like you get more of that nonsense where he's just
Hail
like
Hail the King, baby.
Yeah, like and it's all right too, because I mean he's older and they obviously play that for a joke in the thing, and you know, it's pretty good. Like there's a lot of stuff to it that's all right, like first season, but the second season so far is just kind of bananas. There's especially like, I think it's like the second episode of this season that involves like a spot where they have to go to the morgue to try to like find the Necronomicon. And there's a spot where literally, I mean, I don't want to ruin anything for anyone, but literally like Ash ends up like with his head up the ass of a corpse that has a pierced cock. And there's just a dick like flailing around with a fucking like King Albert.
Nice.
Like, and his head is up there and there's like shit all over his face and stuff. And it's just like, it's just really nasty. And you're just like, this is on TV.
Kids can watch this.
Like, well, I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, whatever. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's on at night in the proper time slot. It's on a cable channel.
Yeah.
It's the parents' duty to make sure that if they don't want their kid to see that they make sure that they know what their kid's watching. There goes that train. The train you always hear on the podcast.
Yep.
That's it. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like, so, but it's a really fun show, and I think people should check it out. If you haven't seen it, the first season's up there, and you can get, actually right now it's really easy. If you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, you can get Stars for really cheap and just get it until the show's done. So I would highly recommend it. I think it's fun. I'm trying to think what else have I've been watching Scream Queens.
Okay.
Still,
you should talk to Gabby about that.
Season 2, which is like ridiculous and hilarious.
She's not into season 2 as much as she was season 1.
No, I think it's fucking funny as shit.
It's weird. It's just weird.
Well, it's
she
in a
likes it,
hospital.
but it's weird.
They did the whole put the sequel in a hospital thing.
Yeah.
And it's definitely really weird. R.I.P. Chad Radwell. And Denise Henfield, Special Agent Denise Henfield, is still the best, but maybe not anymore. I don't know. It's fucking. They give no fucks in this show though. They'll just like kill anybody and everybody, and it's just ridiculous. And John Stamos is in there.
Yep.
And fucking Jamie Lee Curtis, and they're making jokes about fucking Michael Myers. And she's talking about Halloween. She's like, I know that's that movie that he did after he was in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is the star of the movie. Mike Myers. Whatever, like, it's fucking ridiculous bullshit. But I think it's fucking fun, man. Personally, I think Scream Queens is better than American Horror Story.
Sure.
American Horror Story is the show that I always watch, and I can get about 4 or 5 episodes in.
Right, and then you're like, I'm all right.
I just don't care anymore.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, where are they going? I don't care. And then I just literally stop watching.
You're like, it starts out pretty good, and then it's like, I'm okay now.
Exactly, and it's the same people behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Scream Queens is better because it's not trying to be
more
like,
entertaining.
It's not trying to be serious.
Mm-hmm.
It's just goofy as fuck. And it's just so ridiculous, and Emma Roberts is hilarious in it. And apparently a lot of people fucking hate her, and they're just like, she's so annoying. And I'm like, that's the point. Like, she's supposed to be like this fucking loudmouth idiot.
Well, she's supposed to be like kind of dumb.
And I'm like, you know, it's Emma Roberts, man.
She's great in Nerve. Remember we watched that?
Nerve was all right, man. Like, I still think people slept on that movie. And I believe that's coming out on video on demand and video soon. So I still think people should watch that.
That's a cool movie.
The ending is like Machine Gun Kelly is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that was apparently like the 4th Machine Gun Kelly movie I saw this year. Apparently he's in movies now, like a lot of them. But that movie was, I mean, I don't know, man. Dave Franco's all right. I like him. I like the Francos.
The Francos are all right. Good, nice soundtrack. Good looking movie. Yeah, that's a good
It's
movie.
just a little bit too on the nose with its message at the end.
Yeah.
And then it was really weird because they had like a whole bunch of people from Orange is the New Black.
Just hanging out.
Just like, they had like the fucking Poussey,
yeah.
like as like a fucking hacker. And I'm like, that's not really, I don't know. I mean, I guess, I don't know. It doesn't really look believable, but it was an interesting like teen movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was better than the Ouija movie.
Yeah.
More entertaining.
Yeah.
Maybe not better made. Like, I don't know. But either way, so so that's that. Watch Scream Queens. Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching, and I'm still convinced that it's the best show on television for
And
new
what
shows.
station is that?
It's on FX.
Okay.
Most of FX's stuff is pretty solid, actually, like from what I've seen. It's Donald Glover's show where he basically is running shit, and it's just this weird show that's about him as a kind of jobless, going from job to job guy who lives in Atlanta, who is trying to make a living as being a manager for his cousin, who is a rapper, who is happening to like stumble into success somehow, and he's kind of trying to get on that. And last week's episode was fucking hilarious because it wasn't even like, it's so weird because it's like he's doing shit that's like, it's not normal narrative stuff. Like they had a whole entire episode that wasn't even anything to do about the rest of the. So for one, the show's been going along and you kind of have like some idea of what's happening, and it's kind of linear at least. And then they did a whole episode that was just about the dude's girlfriend in the show. Had nothing to do with anything else except for her. And I was like, wow, it's actually kind of a good idea. Like usually the girlfriend is like this side character or whatever. And she's like the main character of this thing. And it's not even anything that's like advancing the plot. It's just giving her a chance to do something. And then the week after that, they did this episode where it was supposed to be like a TV show that you're watching with these fake commercials. And they have like a fake like Mickey's commercial and like a Swisher Sweets commercial. And there's like a whole fucking commercial about like a fake cereal called like Coconut Chocolatos or something that has to do with like police brutality.
Oh.
And all the shit that's going on like in the news with like police being like, oh my God, he was resisting. And like, it is just like fucking ridiculous and amazing. And I think people should really watch this show. And actually, I'm going to make Jesse watch that episode of this show tomorrow. Yeah? You afraid?
Very afraid. Black people scare
You're afraid to watch black people?
Yep. I just, I don't want to be reminded of what my people did to their people.
I thought you were going to say what happened to your people. I was going to be like, did you miss something? Did I miss something, Jesse? But no, Atlanta's awesome. And you should really check it out if you have cable. If you don't have cable, you can, rent it on Amazon or wherever you rent your television shows.
Your primetime television TV show.
Might be on Hulu. I don't know. I don't have Hulu.
I don't know.
It's probably on Hulu.
I don't know.
I have to look this up.
If FX is on Hulu.
We'll find out right now.
Because there's a few like sci-fi's on Hulu.
God damn it.
Hulu mostly has like all of like your base television show. Like television.
Hulu FX Atlanta was like the first thing that came up. Where to stream on Decider.com. And they say the best comedy of 2016 is FX's Atlanta.
Hotlanta.
Dude, I'm not even. Oh my God, Chewbacca's on here. And he's covered in snow. He's
Aww,
looking at. Look at
Chewie.
this. Look at this, Jesse.
Ooh.
Look at this.
I
You need to come up and look at my screen.
Chewie.
Some hot shit. Let me see here. Shows confident messiness. This was a mental illness. I don't even fucking know. Dude, this thing is like getting way too in depth about this. Anyway, I don't know. Watch Atlanta. Look it up. I'm pretty sure if it's not on Hulu, you can at least rent it. I know you can rent it on Amazon. And I think you should watch it. It's good. It's amazing, actually. So go do it, and then you can thank me later. So as far as movies that I watched, so I watched this movie Burning Bright from several years ago.
Oh, with the tiger?
Yeah.
Tiger, Burning Bright. Good poem. Yeah. What is it? Tiger in the House.
Yes.
Yes. Good movie.
And And what were people mad about that movie when it came out? Because they were like, "Yo, they shouldn't depict tigers that way."
There was some talk, I think, when it came out.
Shouldn't depict tigers that way.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. Like tigers wouldn't act that way, or blah blah blah. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just making that up and I'm projecting.
Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, Jesse. She'll chew you up.
She's a tiger.
She's a tiger.
Oh, here she comes. Did you like it?
Jesse's a man eater. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah,
it was a bit of all right.
It's
like it wasn't great.
No, it's just.
But it was a good thriller.
Yeah.
It was pretty solid. It was really weird watching. It was Garrett Dillahunt, I think his name is. He's the dude who was in Raising Hope. He wanted to play Negan. Like he was like, "Yo, put me on." Why are you headbutting the microphone? Why you gotta do that?
I'm nose punching it.
Nose punching it. You look like you're making out with it.
That's how I make out.
I gotta get another beer in a second, but it was really kind of weird watching him play like the asshole like stepfather, and there was like a whole weird thing about like autism in there.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I wasn't sure how to feel about it, but I think at the end of the day I was like, maybe this is a little bit more like accurate, because for some reason they keep wanting to put like autistic kids in horror movies these days.
Yeah, they really do. And then there's always like these really terrible like
superpowers and shit.
Yeah, but then they end up.
You have the superpower of autism, more like awesome-tism,
of being on the spectrum. But they end up. They end up showing people with autism just like they're like regular retarded people.
Yeah, well, no, or in this case, it's like the kid just sitting there. It's like, no touch, no touch, no touch me.
And they're just, or like that Kevin Bacon movie we watched.
Dude, that was the worst.
Like, what was it? The darkness.
The blackness. What is with you, man? Why you gotta hate on black people so much?
Remember Eddie Murphy, Charlie Murphy called the darkness.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
It was on the Dave Chappelle show, and I forget if Dave Chappelle or Wayne Brady, but they called
Wayne Brady got to smack a bitch.
They called Charlie Murphy the darkness because he's so black.
I literally just had to spit my fucking beer back into my glass.
The darkness.
Jesse witnessed it.
The darkness.
I just literally had to spit that back into my glass so I didn't choke on it. Oh my god.
So that's where that came from.
But yeah, no, it's it's all right, man. It's an all right movie. I don't think it's like an American classic.
Mm-hmm.
But
interesting.
It's interesting.
It's got a tiger in it.
It's got the tiger in it, and yeah, that probably isn't realistic. But
well, you see, the tiger is a metaphor.
But Jaws isn't realistic either.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Fucking shark's not gonna do that. Whatever.
Go across the world.
And homeboy gets his at the end of this movie, and it's all good. And it had its moments, so that was all right. I also rewatched Once Bitten. Jim Carrey.
Right, yes.
Vampire movie.
Yes.
From like the 80s, 1985.
It's a very 80s movie.
Oh, it's very 80s.
It's seeped in 80s-ness.
Seeped in 80s-ness, and it was the first time that I ever saw Jim Carrey, and it was before he was like famous. And
was that his first movie or one of his first movies?
It's one of the first ones. I don't know if it was his first. Jesus. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
You just looked at me really weird. Because I burped?
No.
You don't like my burping?
Take that burping outside.
Okay. It's really cold out there and wet.
It is.
Kind of like
a
vagina.
If your vagina's cold and wet, you should probably get that checked out.
No, if your vagina's cold and wet, give me your number.
Send me an email. Feedback at
as long as it's wet. No, but it's like, so it's ridiculous and it's stupid and it's kind of like a sex comedy mixed with like some weird vampire shit, and there's like a like a black butler in there, and there's like a fucking gay person, and there's, you know what I mean? Like there's all this.
It's all these like comedic reliefs in the form of minorities. It's
Yeah,
sort of very 80s-ish.
Well, I don't know, because the black butler actually comes off as like less ridiculous than the rich white lady who's the vampire. And I remember being a kid and being like super turned on by that lady, because she was all just like, I am gonna fuck this guy. Basically,
You just like that power she has.
this whole like weird like vampirism is a metaphor for sex. You know, and maybe like disease, and like, there was a whole thing because like sex and AIDS and
the
blood
80s,
and,
man. It's gross.
and all that stuff. And you know, it's still a good movie. It still holds up. And there's like possibly the most ridiculous and best dance scene ever.
Not Ex Machina, man.
No, well, okay, that might be better, but I don't know. But if you really like look at this, like the fucking dance scene that's in like the dance off that's in Once Bitten, like as ridiculous and stupid as it is, it's actually really impressive. So I don't know. I watched the Blu-ray from was from Shout Factory,
right?
Scream Factory.
Well, was that paired with something else?
Yeah, it's that fucking George Hamilton.
George Hamilton.
Isn't that his name? I don't know. Fucking tan guy. The guy who's really tan.
I was say George Harrison.
No, not George Harrison. It was like I don't think it's George Hamilton. Hold on, George.
I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on
Really?
you.
You're gonna go there, Jesse? Really? But it's gonna take money.
Whole lot of money. This is George Harrison. R.I.P. George Harrison. We miss you. We think about you.
Really, Jesse?
You're my favorite Beatle. Why?
Really, Jesse?
He had the best solo career.
There you go, Jesse.
There he goes.
I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you.
He's the Beatle that did the most growing because he didn't really write and sing a lot of songs.
George Hamilton KFC. That's gotta be him, because the third result is George Hamilton tan. Yeah, it's totally George Hamilton. Because he's like the most tan dude ever. Like he's just horrible. This is actually a good song.
It is a great song.
All right, I'll give you that. But yeah, no, it's George Hamilton. And it's what the fuck is the name of that movie? George Hamilton.
Tan.
No, Vampire. Vampire. The fuck is it called? It's like something sucks or something. I don't know. Love at First Bite.
Love at First Bite. Yeah.
Yes, it's Love at First Bite. It's on a double feature with that. And then the other one that they did was Vampire's Kiss
and High Spirits.
Yes.
I have that.
So I have that as well.
I'm a vampire.
But yeah, that Blu-ray looks, oh god, don't make me play that. That Blu-ray looks pretty good actually, and I think people should check it out if you like that thing. And at this point, I'm going to turn the show over to Jesse for a minute because I'm getting a beer.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Z. What is it? Why is it so difficult?
What was that?
That was from Vampire's Kiss.
Was it?
Yeah, that's where he gets.
You just know your ABCs?
Well, he gets.
My butt is behind your head.
So he gets. All right, bye, man. So he gets. Later. He gets mad that the lady's not filing the things right. So he goes, "Why is it so hard to do the alphabet?" So he goes to the alphabet. And he does it. He does it to his therapist.
Talking to the microphone.
A B C C. And that's a great movie. That's all I gotta say about that.
That's all you gotta say. You better say more.
All right. Well, also in Vampire's Kiss, I think it's, it's a good movie because it's so weird, and it's a movie in one of the first movies that the director said to Cage, "Listen, you just do what you want. I don't care." And they let him off the leash, and that's what you get is Vampire's Kiss. And if you watch Vampire's Kiss, you get that somebody decided that they weren't going to rein him in. But you watch something like Raising Arizona, you see the Coen brothers were like, "You're crazy. but we're gonna rein you in. And they reined him in. So with Vampire's Kiss,
wait, they directed that?
What?
Coen Brothers?
The Raising Arizona they directed.
Okay.
But I'm saying like you see a movie like Coen Brothers did Raising Arizona and they reined him in, and then you have a movie like Vampire's Kiss where the director said just do whatever you want, and it was bananas. And that's like I don't know.
R.I.P. anybody who's still listening to us tonight. Thank you for listening this long.
It's very nice of you. Very,
it's a
very
fucking
nice.
meltdown. We still have people at fucking 2:00 in the morning, Jesse. And I just got shot glasses, and there is 2 skeleton shot glasses that are coming out because we're gonna drink this rum. I'm drinking some of your rum, Jesse.
That's fine.
You're gonna drink some of your rum.
Just do a half on mine.
A half on yours.
Yeah.
I'll fill you to that weird line.
I gotta pace myself.
There's like a weird line right there.
Thanks,
Pace yourself. All right, folks. So this is. Hold on. You have to wait because we have to toast this.
Oh.
It's the way it works around here. I gotta smell this Sailor Jerry with a weird man with a pipe on the back.
I like Sailor.
So here's to Nicolas Cage and vampires, vagina. That's pretty good. I think we just killed Jesse.
Went down the wrong pipe.
That's not good at all, man. You better have some of that Coke. R.I.P. Jesse. His face just turned purple.
Purple Urkel.
Purple Urkel.
Hey, you got some of that purple Urkel?
Purple Urkel.
Wrong pipe.
That's it. No, that's pretty good, man. That's smooth
okay.
stuff. Like I would drink that.
I get Sailor Jerry when I'm feeling
for rum. Like it actually almost tastes more like a whiskey almost.
When I'm feeling fancy, I get Sailor Jerry.
I usually fucking hate rum.
I like my rum.
And I'm actually pouring right now a Stone Enjoy by 1031-16, which is their beer that they do every so often. And this is a drink by Halloween, and it says drink it or they will haunt you. So you have to drink it by Halloween or else they will haunt you, apparently. Ooh. And it's good. It smells like pineapples.
Teen Spirit. Oh yeah.
It's good. Anyway, so what else did I watch? I watched Mascots on Netflix. New Christopher Guest movie.
Okay.
Lots of furry jokes.
Okay.
Lots of furry
So was it a
jokes.
lot like Mighty Wind Blowing?
You like Best in Show?
Yeah, Best in Show.
If you like Best in Show, you will probably like this.
So did you like it?
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I don't think it was like fucking mind blowing or anything.
Mockumentary style.
I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I had fun with it. Like it's really dry humor, as you can expect, with a Christopher Guest movie. But the fucking best jokes in the movie were the random like furry that sneaks into the mascot convention and is like basically feeling people up. So if you like making jokes at furries' expense,
yes, then
there you have it.
And it was, oh my God. And it was done in a mockumentary style.
Yes.
Was there actors from the other movies in this one?
Yeah, dude.
Because usually rotates in the same cast.
It's got what the fuck is his name? Dude who played the lawyer in Arrested Development, not the Scott Baio, but the other guy.
Fonz?
No, he's not. No, it's he was God, what the fuck is his name?
The dad from American Pie?
No, not Kevin Spacey.
No, not Kevin Spacey. The dad from American Pie.
Dad. No, not Eugene Levy.
No.
Not
American.
I thought you were talking about American Beauty.
Wrong movie.
I was watching Scream Queens and they had a scene in there where it was like fucking Chad Radwell reenacting the bathtub scene from American Beauty with Denise Enfield. And that's why I was laughing. No, what the fuck is... All right, hold on. Mascots. IMDb. I'm gonna have to look up the name because I can't fucking remember it because I'm terrible. It's sitting at like a 6 on IMDb, which it seems about right for normal people. It's got what the fuck is the name? Why won't they show me the picture? John Michael Higgins. If you saw him, like this guy, if you see his picture, you'll know who I'm talking about. This fucking dude.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, and he shows up in like everybody's movies, and he's always like,
He's always the gay guy.
Yeah, it's got Parker Posey in it.
Okay, yeah.
And she's good. Zach Woods from The Office.
Yep.
And he's on Silicon Valley.
Yep.
He's really good. I don't know, man. It's not an amazing movie, but like, it's weird because it was like apparently a $20 million movie.
What?
And it doesn't look like $20 million. Like, I'll be honest.
Must have been salary or something.
No, well, yeah, it had to be, dude. It's because like Netflix has fucking money, and that's the weird thing about Netflix because they're getting these things and making these movies, and they've got like decent budgets behind them.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know anything because you don't get to see, like, they don't release like how many people watched it.
Right, or they don't really. It's hard to know.
They totally target you too,
and the marketing's weird because it's hard to know when these movies are out. And
well, dude, they'll just pop them up. Like if you've watched stuff that's similar, they'll just pop them up on your like announcements or whatever on Netflix. So it's weird because they're like advertising directly to their own consumers.
Right.
So it's kind of smart, like really smart. But like for this to be a $20 million movie, if that's for real, like I don't know, man. That's a lot of money. Like I think Ouija did more with 6 to 9 million than this movie did, but it's entertaining. I would not buy it. Probably won't ever watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I was just showing somebody the furry jokes. Because the furry jokes are pretty funny. So that's Mascots, and you can watch it on Netflix right now. Directed by Christopher Guest. Also, finally watched John Dies at the End.
Oh.
Had not watched it before.
Yeah. Okay.
Passed it up a lot.
Me too.
Just saw it there. Have you seen it?
No.
Dude, it's kind of wonderful.
Yeah.
Like kind of like I gave it 4.5 out of 5.
All right.
Like very highly recommended. I don't want to give away the ending, but it's very just ridiculous. And Barkley is the dog is the best, like in the movie. Like there's I don't know, like it's just kind of bananas. Like it's fucking Don Coscarelli, man. Like he just obviously is out of his mind. Like I mean, and obviously this was based on a book.
Which I have, I've been meaning to read for years, and I've been meaning to watch the movie. It's a whole thing with me.
Yeah.
Where I've been meaning to read the book.
You won't watch the movie till you read the book?
Yeah. And now, so I have the book at home that's been sitting there for years, and it's a whole thing, but I've been wanting to. The guy who made it wrote for Cracked. He works for Cracked, or he used to work for Cracked.
Yeah, it was what's his fucking name?
Wong something?
David Wong.
David Wong.
Yeah, and he's like the main character in the fucking movie.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those.
Wait, Book Full of Spiders?
Yeah, it was his other book that he wrote.
Oh, okay. Was it a sequel?
No.
Okay. No, it's a really good movie though. Like there's some nonsense in it, but it gets really weird, but there's like lots of boobs and lots of jokes and it's funny.
It's a good time.
Yeah, I like it.
And what's his face in it? Paul Giamatti?
Yeah, well,
sort of.
Briefly.
All right.
Not that much. Definitely not that much, but no, it's worth your time, man. It's on Netflix right now too, so you can watch it. I would definitely check it out on Netflix before they take it away. What else? We're going long tonight. We're like 2.5 hour mark.
Going long.
Long and strong.
Hail Mary.
Come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? Nah, 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 nah. Come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now?
Machiavellian is Illuminati. all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot.
12-gauge shot it.
Feel me?
Feel me?
And God said he should send his one begotten son.
Parental advisory.
What's the song in 96?
Hail Mary. Parental advisory.
Flesh of my flesh, come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have here now?
Nah. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Picture paragraphs unloaded, Rob's words being quoted.
Beat the weakness in the rap game and sold it. Bow down, pray to God.
Alright, I gotta cut that off.
R.I.P.
Can't keep it going because I will get too like
He's in
thugged out.
Cuba.
I'll get way too thugged out. You think he's alive?
No.
Ice Cuba.
Ice
They should need a rapper named Ice Cuba. And he's just like dressed like Fidel Castro and he just raps about communism.
Ice Cuba.
Ice Cuba Gooding Jr. Dude, that's oh my god. That's brilliant. Ice Cuba Gooding Jr.
I saw a poster today driving. That was for
communism?
Sebastian. No, not Sebastian.
Sebastian.
The comedian.
I don't know who that is.
Not Sebastian.
I don't know who that is. Jesse.
He's in those movies.
Jesse's drunk. He's just not
Sebastian.
R.I.P. Jesse. R.I.P. Jesse.
Not Sebastian. What was his name? Sinbad.
Sebastian. In Sinbad. Oh my!
I saw a billboard for Sinbad on my way here in Pennsylvania
Okay, that's really weird.
for a Christmas party he's doing.
The fucking Christmas party in Pennsylvania.
I don't know.
Sinbad is throwing a Christmas party in Pennsylvania. Doesn't make any sense. I'm looking this up. I don't believe you.
I don't know if it was in Pennsylvania, but it was. I saw the billboard in Pennsylvania.
Sinbad
Christmas party, but
I'm trying to, but it just kept coming up with Sinbad Christian. Sinbad Christmas. Oh, Christmas movie. I don't want to watch. It's just gonna come up with Jingle All the Way.
I wrote this song in '94.
Yeah.
I wrote this song a long time ago. A real long time ago. Did you ever see that Dave Chappelle skit?
No.
With Tupac?
No. That's pretty accurate. Long time ago.
Dave Chappelle. That ain't your wife. No, it was a whole thing where like these people are in the club and they're like and Questlove is in there and he's like, here's that new Tupac jam, and everyone's like, yeah, and then they go and they
just so you're aware, we're gonna flip this pretty soon, the track that we're recording.
Oh, that's good, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know, it's just gonna go to the next track.
So they say so they're going on like they're all excited for this new Tupac track even though he's been dead, and then Tupac starts singing. He's like, I wrote this song a long time ago, and he's talking about like things that are happening like in the world today and like things that are, and then he starts talking about things that are happening on the dance floor, and then he keeps going saying, I wrote this song in '94, like that. It's funny.
Okay,
I'll send you the skit sometime.
Yeah, that might be better.
Yeah. I explained it.
No offense, but
yeah, it's yeah.
Jesse explaining a Dave Chappelle skit.
But you would love the Tupac. You would appreciate.
Or should I say?
You would appreciate the Tupac humor. Right?
All right.
You would like
Tupac.
Tupac.
Enough of masturbation humor. I like Tupac humor. Tupac, world's greatest rapper.
Tupac or not Tupac?
Tupac or not Tupac?
That is the question.
Biggie. Except for the fact that he talks like he's got like that
mouthful of marbles.
He's got that fucking fat like I can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like
the CPAP machine. Yeah.
That sounds kind of horrifying, actually. When I just did that,
it's like the Insidious 3.
Dude, that is R.I.P. the man who can't breathe. R.I.P. Chad.
Also, we probably already talked about this, but I've like Insidious 3 better than I did when I first saw it.
Okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's not great.
I mean, Lin Shaye, MMA ghost fighting, like, okay.
But ended up really appreciating it a second time around. So I implore you out there that if you watch the third movie and you're like, watch it again. It's kind of all right. It's kind of all right. Like,
Dude, they are just nasty as fuck to that girl, though.
that movie's mean as fuck.
That movie is so mean, and people who are just like, "Oh, that movie's fucking dumb." I'm like, dude, that movie's like,
dude, they like busted her legs up, and they.
So true story. My fucking boss came in. I saw him on Monday, and he came over to me, and he's like, "Oh, how was your weekend and everything?" And I was explaining, and he's like, "Oh yeah." So he's like, "What'd you do?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I watched." My son, like, he's watching all these horror movies because it's like October. And he's like, and my son was like, let's watch the Insidious movies. And so we sat down and watched the first 3 Insidious movies. And he's like, those movies are fucked up. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, he was talking about it. He's like, that third movie, man, like, and they just like break that girl's leg and then they're like beating up the cast and smashing her.
Oh,
and he's
man,
like,
that's mean.
He's like, that's just really messed up. And I was like, I know, right? Like, and he's like fucking guy who's like basically like a pedophile. Like, I was like, yeah, I mean, I know.
Yeah,
like,
man, I saw them. I seen
he
it.
was really confused about Insidious 2 because of the multiple Pat Wilsons.
2 Pat Wilsons. Listen.
Can never have enough Pat Wilsons.
Yeah. God bless James Wan.
I know, more Pat Wilson for the world.
He gives more Pat Wilson than he gives you a movie where Pat Wilson sings Elvis.
So you know what else I watched though? Yeah, he's like, what men say, only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Lonely rivers go gently to the sea. Whoa. No, fucking shit. Meltdown.
What about Pat Wilson? You're saying something before we started singing Elvis.
I love Pat Wilson.
Did you watch Stretch again?
I want to make out with Pat Wilson.
Oh, kiss him on his pretty face.
I'll just be like, Pat Wilson, give me a hug.
Did you watch Hard Candy again? What'd you watch?
Ellen Page. She's like, yo, like I'm gonna cut your fucking balls off, but not really. No, I watched Arachnophobia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Actually last night.
Seen that movie.
And that movie holds up really well.
Uh-huh.
Except for it's got that weird shit where John Goodman shows up in a bunch of spots.
Uh-huh.
And the whole tone shifts.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of is not in a good way.
Right.
Like, even though he's like really good in the role, but I figured out what it is. It's the music during those scenes because he shows up.
Ba-bom, ba-bom,
yeah.
ba-bom. It's like Banjo-Kazooie music.
And the fucking well, the music goes from like creepy shit to like being like and it's like that Keystone Cop shit, like when you're watching Last House on the Left. And the
not even Last
shit.
House, no, and the
like, dude, it just throws off the whole fucking vibe of the shit.
What's that movie with the guy who wears the thing over his head?
Town the Dreaded Sundown?
Yes. They do the same thing in that first movie where every time the cops show up, it goes bubble, bubble.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck? I don't even like. Oh, I went and missed him again. What happened with these damn cops? What to do? It's like, Jesus Christ. Is this supposed to be a horror movie?
I am fucking dying over here. Oh my god. No, but it does that shit. He gets like the Keystone Cop music that shows up, and it kind of like throws the whole fucking movie off because the rest of it is like, I mean, it's not scary. Like if you hate spiders, then fuck that movie.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like spiders, then fuck that movie.
Yeah.
But like for like a creature feature, man, like it's pretty solid and it's got its moments and like it's pretty good. And John Goodman's good in the movie. Like if you were to take the music away
from it,
because it's got like this harmonica, it's like. And yes, I just did that with my face and just slapped. Jesse just watched me do that. It's got that fucking shit that's like a harmonica and some other nonsense that just sounds so ridiculous that you just, when you're watching it, you're just like, oh my God, what the fuck is this shit? And he's like, oh, the fucking spiders. Step on them, we'll burn them. And it's like, I get it. Like, it's supposed to be funny because he's the goofy like comic, but it's like in the 90s, but like doing the 70s like Keystone Cop thing, and it kind of doesn't fit. But the rest of the movie's fucking wonderful. Like fucking Jeff Daniels is fucking great in it, and everybody else is great in it. And apparently Julian Sands got second billing in the movie. Which is really weird because fucking Julian Sands. I made the joke that it's probably the only movie besides a Warlock movie that he got like second billing in. Because, you know, Warlock.
Bum, bum, bum.
Warlock. All right, so here's the thing. Oh, I watched Tucker and Dale versus Evil again.
That's a good movie.
It's fun. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say much else about it except for the fact that it's ridiculous.
And you have the guy from Firefly in there.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk and Tyler Labine.
Yo, it's a fun movie.
And it's really fun and it's stupid. And Katrina Bowden is super cute. She's always cute. But all right, so now is the time that you've all been waiting for.
Dun dun dun.
Don't. Oh, it just removed. I don't know what I just did. I clicked on something and something happened. Now is the time for Jesse to play the game.
Oh my God! Finally, what took you?
What is happening in this porno clip?
Bum, 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 bum.
So I'm going to play a porno clip. And the game is that Jesse has to. I'm sorry, but I can't look at this. Looking at this page that I'm looking at right now, the fucking images that are on the other side for the ads
are questionable.
It's just vaginas with cum dripping out.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it.
Oh, God bless the internet, but God damn it.
This is what you get with 8 years of Obama.
Obama! Anyway.
Yeah.
New local contact. Would you allow Kate, who is currently 5 miles from you, to share her private photos with you?
She's single and ready to mingle.
Dude, the best is the I have an app on my phone that's for like photo editing, and it came up with an ad one day that was like, do you like creamy boxes?
Oh my God.
And I was like, fuck no. Like, delete. All right, so Jesse has to describe, and just bear in mind, everybody who's out there listening, Jesse cannot see my screen. So he's going off of sound only.
Yeah, I can only hear what's going on.
And he has to determine what is happening in the scene, and I will rate him on whether he's correct or not. It's a porno scene. And I'm not going to tell him the name of it or where it's from. So here we go.
So long.
Sorry, the traffic.
Okay, well, come in. Let me pay you really quick.
Okay.
Okay, so she's letting in this big stud. He's probably wearing clothes that are like really loose. His pants are like really loose. And she's leading him in.
Oh, you can have a seat right here. How much was the pizza?
$20.
Okay, let me go get my money.
Okay, cool.
And so she's gonna get the money. So she's gonna bend over and get her wallet.
She's got the wallet.
Okay, so she's looking through her wallet, and she's looking through all these things in her wallet, and she can't come up with any money for the thing that she wanted to get.
I only have $5 fucking.
So
oh my God.
She's
fucking pay this dude.
so she only has $5. She doesn't know what she can do. And so she's
So I'm really sorry, but I only have $5.
she's addressing this problem with the guy now.
No, like I just realized that.
And she's realizing she only has $5.
I thought I had more, but
What do you mean you're broke?
I don't know. I thought I had more, but I don't.
And he doesn't know. He doesn't know why she's
It
broken.
literally
She's in
took me
such a
an
nice
hour
house.
to get here with the traffic.
She probably has a nice house.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take the pizza back.
No.
He's
like,
got to take the
my
pizza
parents
back,
are
which is
out of
probably
town,
around
I'm
his
really
cock.
hungry, and that's like.
Dude, she's hungry.
How am I supposed to pay
He's
for
hungry
the
for that
pizza?
D.
So what's happening?
So she's so hungry that she will pay for the pizza with sexual favors.
Yeah, but what?
What kind of pizza is it?
I don't know.
Cream covered pizza. Now there's a lot of heavy breathing, so
what's happening, Jesse?
there's a lot of silence on the end here. Oh well. Sounds like she's doing mouth stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
Over the pizza.
I gotta close it.
Was I close?
Yes. Not over the pizza though.
Oh.
It just went from like the whole like I can't afford the pizza to like dick sucking.
It just went 0 to 6.
Like they didn't even, yeah, dude, they didn't even like have the whole thing in there where he takes his pants off. It was just straight up, like
straight up. Blah!
it like faded out, and then there was dick sucking. And I
Oh.
was like, oh,
Well, that's a real break in narrative.
You're pretty accurate though.
Hey, listen.
I'm gonna guess that you have watched your share amount or your fair amount of Pornhub movies.
I know the exact URL for that one right
He
there.
has been on Pornhub.
.org.gasm.
Orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
Org.gasm.
Gasm. Kiki!
We're at like 2 hours and 38 minutes on this podcast, Jesse. And we still have people listening. Oh my God.
What are you doing? What am I doing? What are you
Ask them
doing?
to type in the chat.
Type in the chat.
Ask us questions.
What are you wearing?
Because I'm just going to keep going right now because I don't fucking care. Because I'm drunk. Pretty drunk,
What are you
actually.
wearing?
What am I wearing? You know what I'm wearing.
No, what are they wearing?
You got to get closer to the mic.
What are you wearing?
Do you want to see my cotton panties?
Would you like to see my Fruit of the Looms?
Would you like to see my cotton panties? Would you like...
Hello!
What the fuck? Dude, this thing is fucked up. Going crazy. It's like I was trying to type in would you like... Oh my God, this fucking keyboard. I hate this computer.
Bum, 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 bum.
Would you like to see my
Oh no.
cotton panties?
Oh no.
It was almost there, and then it just stopped. I don't understand why. Fried chicken sundae. What in the motherfucking F? Anyway, it's that left-hand killer. Would you like to see my cotton panties? I think Jesse's done.
What?
Huh? I don't know. Like, what else you got? Anything else interesting? You want to call it a night? You want to shut this shit show down? Is this meltdown over with?
Fuck you, internet.
Fuck you, internet. Okay. I think we're done for the night. Because Jesse's on his phone.
That's a telltale sign.
I don't know who he's talking to.
I'm
but,
not talking to anybody. Nobody wants to talk.
I'm just gonna assume it's Ken Bone. He's got the direct line to Ken Bone.
I wish.
He was like, "Hey, would you like to see my red sweater?"
They sold that sweater on eBay or something.
Did they?
Something like that. It was
What the fuck?
It was some dumb story.
That's ridiculous.
I know. That's what. Thank you, millennials.
Do we need to do another drink before we go?
No, I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good.
R.I.P. Jesse. All right. Well, that's it.
I'm just buzzed enough that I don't want to get sick.
Well, that's it. Like I said, if you're hanging around, you're in the Rochester area, 22nd, we'll be over at the Little Theater tonight, technically. And probably not as drunk as we are right now.
The Greasy Strangler.
Greasy Strangler. Probably not as drunk as we are tonight because I'm pretty drunk right now. Which is wonderful because I have to operate this thing and actually put this up in the podcast feed tonight, which is going to happen. So Jesse's just making noise over there.
Do you have Wi-Fi here?
I have Wi-Fi. I'm not going to read my password out on the internet, though. It's not happening, Jesse.
Is it Gozer?
Yes, it's Gozer is the network. There is no Dana. Only Zulu. But yeah, we'll be at that, and then other than that, next week I think in a Valley of Violence probably movie, and if not, then Jesse's just gonna do a whole bunch of guessing porno.
We're just gonna drink horse cum.
Probably pretty close. So thanks for listening, and thank you to the people who are still hanging out with us at 2:30 in the fucking morning.
They must live in Australia where it's the morning.
You're either really hardcore or you just
Live internationally.
Masturbate and hate your life a lot. It's possible. It's a combination
You
of the two.
just named my new memoir. I masturbate and hate my life.
If you're listening live, so this was fun. This was good. This was an experience. Great. Jesse, what you didn't see out there is the fact that Jesse just like tried to talk into the microphone, and he was like, side of my face is up against the microphone.
Just a small town girl.
All right.
Living in a lonely world.
Fuck it. We've already lost everybody who gives a shit anyway. So.
Did two people disappear?
So here's what's going to happen. We are going to do Journey karaoke to end the evening. Do you want to do Faithfully or Don't Stop Believing?
I want to do the one where it's like
Small Town Girl. Oh, do Separate Ways.
I'll do Don't Stop Believing. That's fine.
Small Town Girl. Living in a Lonely World.
Small Town Girl,
well, it's Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, I know that one. I know
there's that, or there's Faithfully, which is the.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Do you want which
I'll be. No, I'll do Don't Stop.
Suck his lights.
Yeah. No.
Under the big top low.
I know Don't Stop. I know the lyrics better.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta type in my fingers. There it is. Top one.
Right, here we go.
Jesse doesn't even have the screen up. So he's gonna have to. All right. R.I.P. Jesse. All right, fuck it. All right, thank you everybody for listening. Check out deadairpodcast.net. Email us feedback at deadairpodcast.net. And we'll see you guys back here next week. There'll be some more shit after this.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Please wait. It says please wait. R.I.P. this podcast. A singer in in a smoky room. I smell the wine and cheap perfume. For a smile that can share the night, it goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. There's shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. I told you the cat's gangers working hard to get my fill. And everybody wants a thrill, paying anything to show the dice just one more time. Some will win, some will lose. Some are born to sing the blues. So the movie never ends, it goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting, wiping down the boulevard. There's shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just to find emotions, hiding somewhere in the night.
Sing it, Leroy. Sing it.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street light people. Don't stop believing. Hold on. Fuck this. Done. Maybe. Wait, where's the mouse doesn't work.
Hold on to that feeling.
Oh, fucking RIP.
RIP, everybody.
Oh, all right. If you're still listening, my apologies. We're done for the night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. Follow me at Deadair Jeff. Jesse's at Destroy Superman. We're on Facebook. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're on that motherfucking everything that you find your shit. And this is the time. And this is the place. And I'm just going to tell you one more time. Thank you for listening to our podcast.
Ouija boards, would you work for me? I have got to say hello to an old friend. Ouija board, Ouija board, Ouija board, would you work for me? I have got to get through to a good friend. Well, she has now gone from this unhappy planet with all the carnivores and the destructors on it. Ouija board, Ouija board, Ouija board, would you help me? Because I still do feel so horribly lonely. Would you Ouija board, would you Ouija board, would you help me? And I just can't find my place in this world. Well, she has now gone from the sun. Happy planet with all the carnivores and the destructors on it. Oh, hear my voice. Oh, hear my voice. Hear my voice. Hear my voice. Take a little rumbling. Well, she has now gone from the sun. Happy planet with all the carnivores and the destructors on it.